You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Happy. Relentless search for luxury, in search of peace and happiness. The human mind wouldn't rest. A constant nag within we soul, demanding respect from the world. We get the urge in different form, but luxury is the norm. Money is very essential, but can't buy peace of mind at all. We still like dogs without a bone, if we have the money alone. Because appreciation plays on the human mind. Everyone needs some for happiness all the time. Because importance, if we are trying to live, everyone's on the hunt. Every man ought to give generously. Race and class doesn't matter. Once you are alive, you in the game. You do anything to get a good name. Some wealthy men turn to suicide. Can't find food to feed their pride. The aged and crippled in the ring, fight to be like a king. Children become delinquent for lack of love from their parents. That's why appreciation is most important to man. Appreciation plays on the human mind. Everyone needs some for happiness all the time. Because important, if we are trying to live, everyone's on the hunt. Every man ought to give generously. Solution to bad industrial relations. Employees will gladly draw their pay and do the job half the way. When workman feeling unwanted, the working spirit is daunted. He comes on the job and fool around. Production going down. Just make him feel significant. You get him do anything you want. A pat on the back is the best move for relations to improve. Because appreciation plays on the human mind. Everyone needs some for happiness all the time. because important. If we are drive to live, everyone's on the hunt. Every man ought to give generously. Our deepest craving is common. All we need is attention to put us in the happy zone, regardless of what we own. Life is lonely without it. Each one should give a little bit. Do what you want your neighbors do, then life on earth will be true. Take a tip from the scripture. Appreciate one another. Share your love and make the mold for total peace in the world. Appreciation based on the human mind. Everyone needs some for happiness all the time. Because important. If we are trying to live, everyone's on the hunt. Every man ought to give generously.
Get up one morning, your elders have something. You don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that dragon eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man do get nothing easy. You get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so they did care how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, you got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that eagle eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already, black man don't get nothing easy. So we got up one morning, independence happening, getting the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty, but if they know about petition, we are to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that dragon eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already, black man don't get nothing easy. So when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking. You get it easy. You got to practice economy. From getting licks from the slave master to become the landowner, brother, is a terrible journey. Back with plenty brutality. Black man have to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, you got to rise up, you got to stand up. Pick up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man have to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, you got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, you got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming.
Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. It's so sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover, 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 cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover, 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 the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover, cover, cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it, Jesus. Cover me while you fix it, Jesus. Cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it, Jesus. Cover me while you fix it, Jesus. Cover me. Cover me mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it, Jesus. Cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, 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 cover me, cover me, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday
from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, in the village, we originate, we don't imitate. Excuse me. It doesn't matter what color t-shirt you have on. You have on a green t-shirt, you have on a purple t-shirt, you have on a salmon t-shirt, a maroon t-shirt. Each and everyone is welcome in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Doesn't matter what planet you're from Mazatania, Xenaranias, Venaranias. Each and everyone is welcome in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Let me say a special welcome to no other than the young man from high school in Palo Seco. Yes, yes. He went all the way from Marabella to Palo Seco. Yes, all the way from Salibe, better known as Salibia, to Palo Seco. No other than the commissioner in Newark, Thomas E. Marshall Nisbet, boy. Tommy, welcome.
Good evening to the family. Good evening to you, and a special happy Caribbean Heritage Month to you, as it's June in the U.S. We celebrate Caribbean Heritage. As a matter of fact, tomorrow at City Hall from 5:30, we're going to be having our Caribbean Heritage celebration. We're going to be raising the CARICOM flag. Of course, I'm going to be able to tell them about WZYE so that we can have them tune in. Looking forward to that very much.
Correct is right. Correct is right. You know what I mean? Yeah. We had to do something for WZYE to stream that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And let me say welcome to the other 1/3 of the DAT Triplets. No other than Donex Wave. Is it Donex?
The Onyx Wave.
Onyx.
The Onyx Wave.
That's right.
Storm, the poet, Ben Skin, Diana McDonald, the motivational speaker, born in Barbados, but moved to Trinidad and Tobago. She called herself the Trinbagonian. No other than Diana Benskin Waveney, the Bajan, the Trinbagonian McDonald, boy.
You made a erroneous statement. I was not born in Barbados. Tommy, I can hear Tommy loud and clear. You going like you talking like you all the way in China. I don't know. Can you move your mouth closer to the mic and say something, please?
I apologize. You was born in...
And the people that are listening here with me saying it's very soft and there's nothing wrong with my phone. I can hear Tommy loud and clear, but you're sounding as though you all the way in China under a tunnel or something.
Well, let me say this.
I'm not hearing you at all now.
Everything is up. Loud.
Better. I just heard you clearly there.
All right, I turn it up even louder than loud.
No, you move closer to the mic. When you move closer to the mic, I'm hearing. But when you, people here are not hearing either. So,
kiss the mic.
I don't know.
All right. So you wanted to correct me on something? What did I say? What I say?
I was not born in Barbados.
Okay.
That's an erroneous statement.
I
was born in Trinidad and Tobago. But that ain't got nothing to do with the tea in China that was going on in Trinidad. How you doing, Tommy?
I'm doing good, Onyx.
I feel like being Rapunzel today, so I put down my black golden hair.
So just so you know, we already have Vanessa sitting in the background waiting for us. So let me see if I could get some things out of the chat out of the way real quickly here before we get to our next guest.
And let them know who it is.
Yeah. The wife of one of the divers that passed away is going to be with us tonight. So her name is Vanessa. Is it Kusi? All right. So Vanessa is going to be with us. Of course, we go back to normal in the village. Nadia was first.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, Nadia said good night, Tommy, Diana, Benskin. Yeah, Nadia get some blue emojis.
Hey, Nadia, your puppy get shots today, so you out of it, eh?
Yeah, okay. Nadia said Bonnie, Albert, John, Hailey, Ellis, Troy, Eric, Capiza. Yeah, you know, Lana, you give Capiza a good name, eh? You click Capiza in. Want to see that? Capiza.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's what we go call him from now on, Lana. Kapizine. Of course, the love doctor is in the house. Rennie Mohammed says, "Good evening, brothers and sisters. Love in the house. Great love is all I bring." Let me see what the love doctor have in our store for us.
Oh Lord.
I think it's at 10% today.
You feel so? Nah,
Something
nah, nah.
told
I
me.
feel he's at 90%.
Uh,
Respect to the panel, Mr. Wall, Lady Diana, Mr. Tommy. All right, let me see. Let me see how we start here. Sending out comfortable, respectable, lovable, huggable love to all the ladies. All right, all right, all right, all right. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh God, it's short today, bro. It's short today. Roses are red, violets are blue. Have a lot of love to give. I want to give it to someone like you, Diana.
yeah.
I hope his wife listening to him, huh? Okay.
Let me read that again. Roses are red, violets are blue. Have a lot of love to give. I want to give it to someone like you, Diana.
Like them is the only two flowers he know, roses and violet.
Oh God. Well, yes. Ready to take the cake, boy. Takesha, welcome. Takesha was third in the village after Ready being second, right? Takesha says, Diana the storm. She get Diana some purple emojis. Yeah? Tommy? Well,
Uh-huh.
we getting separate emojis tonight, boy. Tommy gave some blue one.
That's good.
Yeah,
I'm good with that, Kish.
yeah. I get plenty tonight, but oh God, Takesha in a real good mood tonight. But look at the emojis sharing like peas. Nada, Nadia, Lana, Rose, Carice, Marisha, Miss Coover. Oh God. Hey, you know who I ain't seen in a while, boy? Albert.
Mhm.
What I'm telling Albert?
Remember, Albert had a death in his family, so you
Yeah,
know
that's true. Albert, Vonnie, Ellis, Rajvi, Ulrich, Hailey.
he be taking it in though, but you know he just
Eh.
He's usually in the
not
volunteer.
interacting, but he's watching.
Okay, Takesha says only love in the village, no love, no room for hate or negativity. Full 100.
Hmm.
Yeah, we got best of luck to Diana the Storm Boy. Diana, we got to talk about Diana. Diana in another competition again. Oh God, it's every day, you know. Every day she gains something new, you know. I know what is going on. Hailey,
He has to win.
welcome. Hailey said, what? He in Rowley basement? What Hailey talking about? What you start with so early? You showing, I mean, you know, you showing barely 10% status. Does it
Mm,
matter where you are born or is it important you are living the life period?
that's
No, it's
right.
important where you're born. So, folks, let's bring in our. I'll ask Diana to introduce our next guest,
First guess.
our first guest. Here we go, Diana. Hello, hello.
Hello,
Good evening.
Good
good
evening.
evening. Unmute your mic. We speaking.
Can't hear you.
Volume up. Put up the volume. I think are
Hello.
you hearing us? We're
Yes.
talking. We're not hearing you.
Yeah, I think this mic. Are you
The
hearing us?
mic is muted. Your
Yeah, but you
mic,
got to
your
sing.
microphone, your microphone is
Microphone.
muted.
Talk.
The microphone is
We're not hearing.
muted.
Mute.
Or the
But mine,
volume. Yeah.
mine's.
Here
Oh,
we
we
go.
can
Here we
hear
go.
you now.
Now
Here
we
we hear
can hear
you.
you.
Hi, good night.
Okay,
Good
good
night.
night, good night, good
Hello.
night, good night. You know, this is
Good night to
in the village with
everyone.
the DAT
I'm
triplets on
Vanessa
WZYE
Christie.
on WZYE 95.9. You are live on WZYE 95.9 FM as well as on Facebook and YouTube. Diana, go on and introduce the next guest.
I will let her introduce herself because I don't want to butcher her name.
Okay.
So could you go ahead and introduce yourself, ma'am, to our listening audience?
Hi, good night. I'm Vanessa Christie, wife of Rishi Nagasa, the late Rishi Nagasa.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
He
Rishi
was
Nagasar, go ahead. He was
was at Paria, tragedy.
Oh, okay,
okay.
okay.
Before we go any further, um, because we're speaking to you on behalf of WZYE, I'd like to offer our condolences. It may be, may not be timely or maybe late, but we never spoke, and I want to start the conversation by offering our sincerest condolences.
Thank
Okay,
you.
you're welcome.
Same
So
here.
you wanted to tell us, before we go into the story, do you have any children also? Vanessa, can I call you Vanessa, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, I have three boys. They are 30 and 20, and I have one child for Rishi Nagasa. He's 4.
13, 20, and the little boy is how much?
4 years.
That's Mr.
And
Nagasa's
I
son.
was
Okay.
together for 13 years.
Okay. And what is it? Why do you want to tell your story? And what is it you want to tell us? And the nation of Trinidad and Tobago. What's going on with you
And the world.
What's
and the
going on
world?
with the families is that they are not really getting any help from neither of the companies, neither the government. And the word out is that we are getting help, and it's so not true. And I don't want to talk too much on dwell on LMCS. That's the company my husband used to work for, but they do
Okay.
help out at can. And I wish it could be a bit more than what they do, but it is what it is. Parry, on the other hand, is not helping any of the families. And as for the government, he has not reached out to, I want to believe, not any of, well, one of the divers' family since the tragedy has happened.
You're saying that the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago,
Yeah.
any of it, all did not reach out to the
And haven't
families.
sent anybody, no, they haven't sent anyone well, to my home. I can speak on myself, behalf on myself and my family, that he has not called us or sent anybody to look, see how we are living. We have no income coming in on a monthly basis because our breadwinner had died. And it's very sad
Have you
because
tried?
back I heard that he was asking other people from a different country that if they need help. And it is so sad that our own people from our own country cannot get help.
Did you try to apply to any of the relevant authorities in Trinidad and Tobago for help?
Well, we did try, but everybody mostly is like the people of our country who feel sorry for the families of the divers. They are the ones who come and forward to give like hampers and like cash and stuff like to send the children to school or to like most basically it's mostly hampers.
What government entity did you apply to for help?
We did go to the that's what the social
Social
welfare.
services. Social
They went
services.
to the social welfare
Mhm.
and
And
they
how
haven't
long
come.
ago? How long ago did you do that?
I've been trying for the past 15 months. 15 months, my paperwork have been keep going back and forth, and
So
now it's like
go ahead.
yeah, Alamcia's lawyer said that they are willing to help me now, and by prior to maybe the end of the month or
Mhm.
next month, the paperwork might be finished for me to send it in again.
When
No,
was the last time you reached out for help?
Ah, a couple months back.
A couple months ago. Okay, we have Mr. Anselm LeBorn and Tommy Nesbeth. Those are the other two, the host and the co-host, the owner. They will also be asking questions. I think Anselm has a question.
yeah. When was the last time did you guys have any contact with the Minister of Energy, Stuart Young, since he's in charge of that area?
He have not contacted me since.
But he contacted you like at the beginning when it first started, right?
No,
No, you never
he
have
just
had.
had a meeting. He just had a meeting with us on the 26th. That's the day after the tragedy had happened.
Mhm.
And that meeting and that was it there. We had no communication, no talking, no nothing.
That
So,
was
so,
He never
so let me just
called.
be sure. Let me just be sure. Since this tragedy have happened, you guys had, well, you per se had one interaction with the Minister of Energy, Stuart Young. Is that accurate?
Correct.
And since then, there has been no communication between the
No,
Minister of Energy and you. Just you. We're talking about you.
no,
No?
no, no.
You,
Any of
you
the
sure you
other
didn't?
wives had communication with him. Are you in
what did
touch?
you say, Tommy?
Are you in touch with the other wives?
Are
Yes,
you
I
in touch?
am. I
Did you
am.
know
Yeah.
if any of them had any other communication with him after?
Not I'm aware of, no.
Okay, okay. Now,
Sad. No.
I mean, listen. I mean, we're trying to get. I mean, this thing is a tragedy,
It
and
is.
we hope that by you coming on here and talking, it will regenerate the sort of interest that was
Yeah,
had a few months ago. And it's like this situation is now on the back burner. And you, as a mother, still have to go through with your three kids and try to find ways to put food on the table because
correct.
the breadwinner from the family is no longer there.
True.
So your youngest child is 4 years, you said, or
Yes, yeah, he's going to preschool. He's 4. He's going to
so?
preschool. He went
You know what?
everything. Bills are still being paid. No one cares how bills are paid. Mostly my family help out and my friends.
Nah, boy, Stuart Young, nah, boy.
So, but let me ask another question. Who is the representative in your constituency? You, who's the rep? Maybe the MP. I don't know. What constituency are you in?
Cuba North. I
Cougar
will be
North.
Mr. Nat Endorsing.
Okay,
Under the
okay,
US,
okay.
that's the opposition. Yeah.
Right, 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 right,
You
right,
know.
right. I mean, we know they're in a
They
position.
are the ones that help me out sometimes.
Okay, all right, all right, all right, all right. So I think what has to happen here is that the Ministry of Social Welfare and Development. I
Donna
mean,
Cox.
this is a critical situation that has happened, and they should at least reach out to you guys on a quarterly basis just to find out how are you guys doing, what's happening, is there any way we can help? I mean, did they give you guys any type of paperwork for you to fill out any sort of? I mean,
Nothing. Nothing.
nothing,
No.
Donna Cox. You have a
nothing.
4-year-old child hungry. Have to depend on endorsing is his name. Contributions.
Yeah.
Donna Cox. Yeah. Another fall down on the job again. Go ahead.
Now, the company that your husband worked for is used to work for is LMCS, yes?
He
The
said the
com-
company you used to work, your husband used to work for is LMCS, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Have they been in touch with them at all? Anyone from the government been in touch with them?
I don't believe. No.
Okay.
Nobody?
So you don't have any communication with LMCS at all either?
Yeah, I do. I have communication with LMCS, but not the government or the other
So what's
thing.
LMCS saying? What are they doing anything for you?
When the tragedy had begun, happened.
In the
It was
beginning.
back and forth. I was not. I was one of them was really out of it. I didn't. I didn't know anything. I half of my brains was just left out.
Well,
So
I could imagine
LM,
the stress.
yeah, I was
Mhm.
in a whole big mess. So LMCS had called us on a meeting on the I think it's the 26th as well. After we had a meeting with Paria, and Mr. Kazim had said that he would help us um send in like our husband's pay every month. So I did feel a little bit okay with that because I know well something would happen, but it never did happen. And
Oh.
then when I called him the second month, it was like their lawyer said not to help out in that way with the family.
What?
So that was like his exact words. But like every 2 or 3 months or so would come by that he would give something. It's not really much, but it don't really go a long way. But I'm grateful to whatever it is. And because of all this, did had a surgery done about a month and a half ago, and they had given me the money to do the surgery at the nursing home, and which I have to pay back. So it's a lot that's been going on with me, and because of the stress that is going on right now in my life, um, it's just been a lot, and it I end up in the nursing home, to put it in that way.
But let me ask you a question. How are the kids dealing with the loss of their dad? How are they dealing with that?
How are the kids?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, they getting by now, but the emptiness of my home is still here. It's not going to leave soon. Um, tell you the truth, I used to use my kitchen every day, and everybody who come to visit me home here knows that I'm a great cook. And since this tragedy happened, I cannot use my kitchen. I can't even go in it. My family, my mom, everybody had to come help me out because every time I turn anywhere to do something, it's like I break down.
Mm.
And my kids are not all that functionable like me. I do hide and cry. I must say, I do hide and cry from them because I don't want them to see me always breaking down. And my second son, he stopped talking for a while with everyone. He just lose communication with all the family. Everyone. He just used to lock up and be by himself in his room because he and Rishi had a very close bond. And well, baby Nashik, he asks for his dad every single day. He would stay by this gate. He will wait for his dad. Up to now, he will say his daddy is coming. His daddy is coming home. He's taking long. Why he's like he will always get nightmares at night. I have to deal with that. I it's sad. It's very sad. And this breaks me down because it's like you're just fighting a battle and you're alone fighting the battle. You don't know where tomorrow going to come, what's going to happen. You're just getting like all these the basic help you're getting is from strangers, people from all over the world. They call you, they might send something for you for the baby, but it's not much. But I'm very grateful, as I said. It wouldn't go a long way, but it do help out. So why would I wonder why, like, why the people from our own country who is in power, why they don't see about or at least help in some way with the families? Because it's very sad. It's very sad.
Have have
Nobody has
have
reached out to us.
have the Ministry of Social Development provided a psychiatrist for the family?
Tell you the truth, they did came once and they said they would come like every month and they saw my baby and they saw my second son, Nigel, and they never came back.
They came once,
Yeah.
just
And
once.
it now happened. Like when it was heated and everybody was talking about the divers and all that, you getting everybody to come talk with you and they just come one time and that's it. So you take out photos and all this.
Mm.
Faria had
Mm.
asked through his secretary if he can if well the secretary was doing all the lying for Paria. So Paria had asked his secretary to get in contact with me and she said she's coming to give her condolences to me and she wanna bring something for me, for the baby and I. And I was like, okay, fine. Who is bringing it, Paria or you? Because Paria never gave me a phone call. Everything to talk about is like this. They pass it to the secretary. They never called us to speak with us individual or as a family. Never.
Mm.
Now, was your husband in a union? Was there any union with respect to LMCS? Was there any union?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
How about
Okay.
insurance?
Say that again, Tommy.
Insurance.
What you
Yes,
said?
he's
What
in
about
insurance.
insurance?
And with LMCS.
Yeah. Did
Mm.
he have any insurance with LMCS?
He said
Yes.
yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I think when we listen to this sad story, this is not something that happens every day in Trinidad and Tobago. So this is
No,
like an emergency situation and an ongoing situation because you and your family have to deal with the loss of the breadwinner of the family,
correct.
and how is it now? Are you, as now a single parent, gonna put money on the food, on money on the table for your other three kids? I think that in a tragedy like this, the only other person can step in. Now, is there any other non-governmental organization in Trinidad that has contacted you guys and tried to assist? Any other organizations?
No,
Mm. Mm.
nobody
Mm.
has been contact with me so far. Nobody. beside the opposition leader, and they had sent little like hampers and stuff, and when they could help out with baby Nash, they will. But other than that, no one.
Who it is you have sitting to your right? Who it is you have sitting to your right? You have
Pardon?
somebody who it is you
Yes,
have?
he's Mr. Kevin Lalchan. He's Mr.
Okay.
Kevin Lalchan. He's fighting for the divers. You can say hi.
Does he want to say something? Hi,
Yeah.
Kevin. How
Yes,
you doing?
say something.
I'm good.
Diver,
I'm good. Good night, everyone. Hope you all are
Good
hearing
night.
me.
Good night.
Um,
Go ahead.
are you a diver?
what I want to say is that I'm the neighbor of the lone survivor, Christopher Boja, and Faisal Kurban was also my neighbor. And stemming from the tragedy, seeing that the both of them were and is my neighbor, I decided to just pick up this and just support the families, and from there just start to snowball and pick up momentum and a lot of people, and it started to gain traction. So I'm saying that to say, out of this tragedy, that's where I met Sister Vanessa, Yusuf Henry, mom and family from up in Sandy Grande, Kazim Ali Jr. family as well. So being the face or the activist for this movement, I just want the divers and the families them get justice. And saying that, I was listening to the questions you were asking just now. And what I want to personally highlight is everything Sister Vanessa said about the government of today, they never reach out to the families, right? And recently, first let me say, I express my heartfelt condolences to our brothers and sisters in Guyana, and our heart is for them. But the Honorable Prime Minister Keith Rowley, in his condolences letter to the Prime Minister of Guyana, the President of Guyana, he stated that he is willing to assist the people of Guyana and for the President to reach out to him for assistance in any which way. So when I read that, I say, 15 months has gone. Yes, 15 months has gone, and just recently, I think it was last week or the week before, the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, reached out to the President and was telling him that his government is willing to assist the Guyanese people. I'm not against our brothers and sisters in Guyana who may need help. I wish I could help them too. What I'm saying, put your house in order first. 15 months has gone. You never reach out to the families in no way. The only time that there was a meeting with the Honorable Minister Stuart Young was around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, Saturday the 26th of February 2022. So the situation occurred Friday the 25th around 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. And Saturday after lunch, that was when the Mr. Stuart Young, the Minister of Energy, had a meeting in Paria Staff Club together with Mr. Mushtaq Mohammed. And there's even a clip while Mr. Mushtaq Mohammed was addressing the families. He and Mr. Stuart Young, he was laughing at the families, and this clip is out on Facebook. He was laughing at the families, but yet they tried to give the families reassurance that they are doing their utmost best to rescue our brothers.
They were doing nothing.
And they were doing nothing. Our brothers were alive in a pipeline trap for 3 days. Private autopsy has proven that our brothers were left underneath the sea in a pipeline for 3 days, begging for their lives. From that time to now, the government has never reached out to the families, assisted the families in no way. But yet you want to say, we in Trinidad and Tobago, the government is willing to assist the Guyanese people. How could that be right? Put your own house in order first. Put your own house in order first. We have, and we must never forget the lone survivor tour. We have 5 families, because the lone survivor is not working. He is severely traumatized from this situation. So we have 5 families left behind to suffer and mourn. 4 of them, their sole breadwinners, have died. The families will know where the next income coming from, and as Sister Vanessa was saying, it's only Good Samaritans who have been helping, and 15 months have gone. On top of that, we are still waiting for the final report from the Commission of Inquiry, which was supposed to be submitted to the president of Trinidad and Tobago in April. Then it went to May. Then it went to June. Then they came and made a press release stating it is going to be released in August 31st. Prior to that, now they came back and said no, it is going to be somewhere in July 31st. So one can't even start to try to imagine the stress and the torment and the trauma these families are going through. No form of justice, no form of compensation, no form of assistance. And this
So they're
Shame.
just
Shame,
yes,
Dr.
I see you back
Rowley.
on. And the government,
yeah.
the government spent $9 million on a commission of inquiry.
Wait. The inquiry into the Paria tragedy, the government spent $9 million. You sure about that?
Very sure that was stated in Parliament, $9 million.
Wow.
That was stated in Parliament.
Wow.
I can't remember the exact date, but it's on YouTube. All the Parliament sittings has been on YouTube. And $9 million the government spent on this commission of inquiry. And all I'm saying, I don't know what incurred the expenses, right? But a portion of that money could have been taken and assisted the families. And you could still have a commission of inquiry to get to the root of the matter to find out what really caused the accident, if there are anybody who is to be charged.
So there's ongoing litigation against Paria, right? Is that correct? So there's ongoing litigation against Paria, right, with respect to the death of your husband, right? Is that correct? No, with respect to Vanessa's husband, there's ongoing litigation, against.
They're not hearing you, Anselm, is it?
No, because he's freezing. So there is ongoing litigation against Paria with respect to the death of Vanessa's husband, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. And so we are waiting on the Commission of Inquiry report, which is not due until July 31st, you said?
No, somewhere in July. We can't say as yet. Somewhere in July.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Okay. Now, Vanessa, what would make you and your family feel happy and put you in a great state of mind that the government can do? What can the government do to assist you and your family, because of the conditions that you guys are currently in? What would you look from the government for them to do?
I would like them to come and visit our home. Firstly, visit our home and spend some time. I ask you to stay for a day, but spend some time, see how the kids doing, and see the life we are living. And when you do that, try to get to know the family. You talk and chat a bit, know how our bills are being paid, how it's been paid, who's helping out, and then they will know their faults and where and their weak spots.
And what about Paria? What about Paria? What has Paria divorced
Paria has
itself?
never reached out. The only thing that they wanted to give to me were Pampers and milk for baby Nash, and they wanted to give it through the secretary, but I think they wanted to send the media to show the world that they were giving me stuff, and I didn't want that. And what they would do, lie again and say that they're giving me, like how they did for the Commission of Inquiry, and say they are giving us Massy cards, no, Massy vouchers, sorry. Never happened. Never happened.
No, Vanessa, and I want to ask the other gentleman there. Do you guys have any faith in the outcome from the Commission and Inquiry? Do you have any faith that the Commission of Inquiry will do the right thing?
I can answer for me, and then Kevin can answer for him. But maybe we have different views. Mr. Lynch did a great job. For me, he did a great job. And they asked
so folks,
and they had asked for more time to finish their paperwork and to come with the final verdict for the whatever they are doing. And And then the people we are worried for is who hands is going to be given to.
Say that again. Say that again.
That's our problem.
The people who you're worried about.
That's the big problem.
No, say that again. Repeat what
If
you
it
just
will
said.
be sabotage.
Could I say?
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Could I give my piece on it?
Sure, sure.
Okay, my point of you hear me?
Yeah, we hearing you. Go ahead. Yeah, we hearing you.
My take on the Commission of Inquiry, first let me say, the chairman of the Commission of Inquiry, Mr. Lynch, he seems to be a very fair man. He seems to be a man with a heart.
Froze.
Yeah, it's the internet. We just got to be patient. Yeah, so folks, we are interviewing Vanessa Kissy. She lost her husband in the Paria tragedy. And this situation, okay, go ahead. You got to start over. He's a fair man.
Right.
You stopped at a fair man. Yes.
Right. He's a fair man. It appears that he's a fair man, a man with a good heart, a man who really sympathizes and empathizes with the divers and the families. And for me, he did a great job. But the final report, and this is what is alarming to me, the final report is going to be submitted to the office of the president, who is Ms. Christine Kangaloo, the Honorable. Now, in his final report, if he should make any recommendations as to, let's say, there are grounds for criminal prosecution and so forth, when the president gets that final report, then they have to take it from there. And what is alarming to me is that the president and Minister Siot Young and Honorable Mr. Rowley, they all belong to the same house. All of them is PNM. So now I studying when this final report be submitted, what next? What next? So as much as I'm trying to think positive and I'm trying to be very hopeful and look for the best hope for the best outcome, still I'm not taking anything and everything at face value. That's my take on it. So I am just waiting to see when Mr. Lynch submits his final report to the president, which comes like his boss or the person he had to answer to. I'm looking to see what will be the next step.
So are you saying? Yeah, I'm paraphrasing it. Are you saying that you are concerned that there might be some disappearing texts?
Extremely, extremely concerned. It is very worrisome. It is very worrying, alarming. I know, my brother. If I have been on this issue from since day one, from February to now, I have been walking this road with the families and friends, and I've been keeping myself very informed and in tune with everything going on. I was even afforded the opportunity to go to attend all the Commission of Inquiry in Port of Spain from November last year to February 2023. All I was there in live and person. So I live in Trinidad and Tobago. I know there are certain key players, things that may be happening in the background that I don't know. And again, I live in Trinidad and Tobago. I love my country, but I know it is full of corruption.
You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, Maplewood, New Jersey.
So guys, just hold 1 minute, right? We got to go for a quick station identification.
Sure, no problem.
So it's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We have with us tonight Mrs. Vanessa Kissy, who is the spouse of one of the individuals who lost their life in the Paria tragedy. So stick and stay. We're going to go for a quick station identification. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We'll be right back after this short message.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. If you just join us again, we have with us one of the spouse of, one of the spouse of a gentleman, a young man who lost his life in the Paria pipeline tragedy. And she's kind of giving us an update, and she have with her as well, a young man who has been following this things ever since it happening and been there for all of the families since this tragedy have happened. So go ahead. Is it Kevin?
Kevin Alshan.
Yeah, so go ahead, Kevin. Sorry about that.
Yes, no problem. So, as I was saying, as much as I love my country, I know things that's happen in my country. Our land is full of corruption, and our leaders. No, honestly, I mean, we Trini, we don't know how things just go. You know what I mean? And you could read it on the papers, watch it on the news. And on top of that now, I know our leaders are very heartless. It was clearly shown from the way this situation was handled and the diverse families were treated or ill-treated. And on top of that, like for instance, sometime was last year, some journalists, all these things have it archived. I just can't remember this one specifically, but a journalist asked the Honorable Prime Minister about the divers and so forth. And his statement, quote unquote, was let the chips fall where they may. That's when they was asking something like when the Commission of Inquiry is going to be put in place and so forth, and what is happening, what is the update with the divers. And he said let the chips fall where they may. So I know we have a very uncaring, insensitive, heartless government leaders in position. And as I said, it was clearly shown the way the situation was handled and the families have been treated or ill-treated. So that is why I tell you, I am very worried. I'm very worried, but still trying to be positive.
No,
and the way Paria had treated us when tragedy had happened as well, especially me, because I reached there, and when the tragedy had happened, I went there with my uncle, and most of my family, we went up to Paria, and when we asked them, we heard there was an accident. The security, there was about five of them outside the booth, and they said they're now hearing that there's a tragedy had happened in Paria. They have no idea that a tragedy had happened, and there's no emergency, nothing. I asked them if they had any ambulance taking anybody out from Paria. Their answer was no. We asked for a contact number to call the secretary or Paria personnel instead, firsthand, and they said they have no numbers to give us, none.
Now, do you guys know the status of that pipeline? Is that pipeline still being utilized, or that pipeline is no longer being utilized?
To answer that honestly, that pipeline, that number 36 C line, which is 30 inch in diameter, it was out of service for a couple of years, and Paria decided to put it back in service. So while work was being done on it, that was last year February, this is when the tragedy happened and claimed the lives of our brothers. So to answer in a nutshell, from then to now, I can't say honestly if work has been completed or if work has been halted. I can't say.
So Kevin, I hear you right, and Vanessa. Let's kind of move forward. Suppose if this situation comes back and it's not in your favor now, let's just say that we're looking at worst case scenario here. We hope that doesn't happen, right? But let's take worst case scenario in that it comes back and the guy in charge says that he gives a report to the president of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Christine Kangle, and it comes back that Paria is not responsible for the tragedy that happened to these divers. Then what's next?
Very good question. What I would say is this: based on everything which was revealed in the Commission of Inquiry for those months, I honestly can't see it coming back no other way but that there were people were guilty, and
Has to be positive.
they have to be criminally prosecuted. That is me. Now, to answer your question, there is one mountain I still didn't work out in my head as yet. To be honest with you, all I know, I will stand with the families them to the very end and push and fight until they and the divers get justice. Because that is a very sticky situation. Because I said there are a lot of people in big positions that who more or less control all of that in Trinidad and Tobago. So all I could say, I just really hope it really goes in the favor of the divers and the families.
Right. So I'm gonna say that myself as well. You know, I want to be, because this is this is a significant tragedy that's happening in Trinidad and Tobago. And to me, you know, I mean, I would like to see. I would have hoped they would have settled this and say, listen, you know, we take some blame for it. You know, give the family, you know, go in the treasury, give the family, you know, a few millions, whatever. Let them go and live their lives, you know, and keep it moving, you know. But I guess, you know, they wanted to go through this process, and you know, it's sad. It looks like in the end, it's gonna be a zero-sum game, because somebody's gonna win and somebody's gonna lose.
Kevin,
yeah, go ahead, Tommy.
Kevin, do you believe that this whole tragedy is being politicized?
It's being pushed aside?
Politicized. It's being politicized.
Politics.
Yeah, politics.
No. Yes and no. Yes and no. Reason why I said that is because the present political party is the PNM right now, right? The opposition is the UNC. And from inception, we have been seeing or receiving, getting support and assistance from UNC. And because of that now, we saw where supporters of the PNM try to turn it and say, you know, well, the diverse families, they're trying to make it into a politics thing and this and that and so forth. But yet at the end of the day, we never saw the faces of the ruling party, the PNM, coming forward to assist in any way and thing, right? What I could say, I know how the politics going to try to be, even the PNM, as I said, may try to turn it, spin it, but we as the families and friends, we don't see it as it trying to be politicized by us. But we know there are people who try to capitalize on it, who are bigger than us. Yeah.
I have one more question for you, Kevin. You said you're Lalchan, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Are you related to the Lalchans from Pointe-a-Pierre?
My brother, yes. Bull Lalchan is my grandfather, deceased.
Your grandfather was a big union man, a big believer.
That's right. And my father as well, Robert Lalchan, otherwise known as Big Boy.
I know all of them.
Serious?
Yeah.
Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you, brother. Although I'm really
we went to Pointe-a-Pierre school together.
Nice, man. Yeah, man. Well, you will know that my background is from a strong militant union lineage.
Yeah, union lineage, yes.
Yeah.
So Kevin, I think we have to thank you for keeping this thing alive, so to speak, you know, because you know the family have to deal with their kids, you know, and the other things that they have to deal with, and they need somebody to keep this thing alive, you know. And I want to ask this question. There were some other politicians that came around. Where did they go?
Why are you saying other? Call the name now.
Kevin, you're smiling. There were some other politicians that came around, and I guess they went around, you know, and they're no longer in the picture. Why is that?
Well, brother, first let me commend you for choosing your words very selectively and wisely. Yeah. Now, before I say anything, right? I do not belong to no political party.
Amen.
No, right? There may be family members, so forth, friends who have their political affiliation. So it's not, and they from their political affiliation or people who they may know, from whatever political party, might be assistance or the individual may raise the issue on their behalf to create awareness or so forth. But I would say this, exactly who you talking about, I saw them try to ride on this, again, mileage. And
Hope for the family.
I didn't want to say nothing earlier because, you know, I said it's a national issue. And whoever supporting, I'm not watching face. Whoever supporting, I welcome it. But then now, I was seeing they had ulterior motives, and exactly what you say, what you said, they fall off, and even try to use the families on certain level. But I make them out early o'clock.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I make them out from long distance.
Yeah. As for them with Matilda, you know.
Yeah, I make them out virtually.
Use the family. They
Yeah.
don't give any help towards the families.
Say that again?
They just use the families to get, like, fame, but they didn't
Correct.
really help the families with nothing.
And that's the sad part, because think about this, right? Here we are, 15 months later, right?
Yeah.
And we here at WZYE 95.9 FM want to speak to you guys about this tragedy, right? We are outside of Trinidad and Tobago, right? When was the last time you guys have any contact with the media in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, I could answer that. To be fair,
I asked the question, eh? I didn't accuse, I asked.
Yeah. To be fair, I understand that this won't always be on the front burner, right? But the media does
Kevin, let me stop you. Has this sort of situation ever happened in Trinidad previously?
Never.
Okay, so this is a significant matter in the history of Trinidad and Tobago.
That's right.
So this not supposed to go on the back burner. This isn't supposed to be on no back burner. It's not supposed to have a stove and you're using the small burner in the back. You're supposed to use the big burner on this one. And it's supposed to be continuously keeping it alive.
Yes.
Right?
And the chips can't fall where they may either.
Yeah, the chips can't fall where they may.
It has
And you know what? You have this he's 13 years old. Is he attending school, Vanessa?
No. Nigel is 20. Nigel is 20 and the 30. My eldest son is 13.
Is he going to school?
He doing online classes, yeah.
Oh, he doesn't go into school.
Right.
Nashik is going to school. Yeah.
But then hold 1 minute. I want Kevin to address the situation that I put up, and then we're gonna come back to the situation with the school. Go ahead, Kevin.
Thank you, because actually I wanted to clarify that, right? So since the situation happened, the media has been highlighting it, presenting it thus far, and a certain individual, what I can remember, her name is Charlene. I can't remember which media house she is from. I think CNC3 or TV6. She has been trying ever so often, but she's a journalist and putting out the updates. Like, for instance, last year Labor Day down to Father's Day, she reached out to some of the families when it reached when it made a year. She told me up in the Commission of Inquiry this year that when it reaches a year, she personally want to do a story on it again. So in all fairness, there are some people who try their best to just keep it going. But what shocked me on May the 10th, right? That was when Mr. Lynch, the chairman of the Commission of Inquiry, he had a meeting with media personnel, and that is May the 10th that just went here. Just give the update about the postponement of the final report and if the media had any questions asked. So I was privileged at 10. I was only three people, and I was shocked because I thought there would have been a lot more media personnel, houses, entities, so forth. So it was just me, a brother called Sawik Media Mode, and Cindy from TV6. So as I said, give thanks for the media still trying to, in whatever way, but after a while, everybody going with the latest and most trending, hottest topic.
Yeah, and I hear you, right? And I see that, people that say Trinidad is a 9-day wonder, right? But I think that it's important when we have this situation is a tragedy. This
Yes.
will go down in the history of the, in Trinidad and Tobago. And
Yeah.
there's supposed to be at least a quarterly report in Trinidad and Tobago with regards to finding out how is the family doing. How are they? Not just that, but Paria and the Ministry of Social Development. Not only that, but the Ministry of Education as well. If you have, Vanessa, kids that are in school, to find out, well, I'm not saying that they haven't, right? To find out how are they doing with respect to school. And these are little things that can make Vanessa's life, a little bit more comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm on this
Diana,
the thing about the
let's get back to your question, Diana.
yeah, about the young man. He's
Yeah,
going to
in
school,
school. Yeah.
online classes, and we at WZYE have handled different scenarios. We got on board with things going on, and we got on board with the stranded citizens. And I myself, I will go off into a rant because I'm passionate about where I was born, and I don't like to see. I always put it in this category. I don't like to see my women suffering or my children suffering. And right now, that is them too. So I'm gonna call out Stuart Young, Donna Cox, Dr. Rowley. Who else again? All you. All you need to get on board, get in. What's the vehicle that is drive? Go down in that vehicle and go and see what's going on with your citizens there, Rowley. You want to help? You want to help Guyanese, but to hell with Trinidadian citizens, huh? You have to fix your if you have a hole in your rooftop, you need to fix that first. You can't be worrying about Guyanese people, and you have this woman here with this national tragedy, and we always have to be jumping down all the throats to fix things. Dr. Rowley, Donna Cox, Stuart Fall Down Young, all you. Madness is this. What madness going on? And the little boy, I'm sure he stopped. One boy stopped speaking. They need counseling. How? I don't understand. Like we living in a green fig republic.
True.
Fed up for all of them over and over. And when we jump in and try to do stuff, we are troublemakers, rebel rousers, and mischief makers. Well, I could be a mischief maker. Or you're disgusting with it now.
So Ken John says PNM need to help these families of these divers now, and it's so bad that they're treating the divers should be given millions of dollars.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think Paria. This whole thing falls on Paria.
And LMG too, whoever the name of the company is, all of them need to be stepping in and taking care of the woman and all the survivors. All of them need help. All of them. And you're frightened to talk out because somebody go stick you and they're gonna suffer repercussions because you're talking. What madness is that?
Lalchan, is Patriot part of the mix in this thing too, or no?
Pardon?
It's Patriot. Patriot.
Are they part of it?
Patriot Energy. No. Paria, as you all will know, is a state-owned company. The government owns Paria. And Patriot Energies have been trying since after the closure of Petrotrain, before it became Paria. They were trying the utmost best because on September the 2nd, 2018, Mr. Rowley did say that he was willing to offer the OWTU Petrotrain, the refinery, if they should want to buy it. So what happened is that OWTU went and the OWTU took up the Prime Minister on his offer. They went for it and get some investors, and well, more than 4 or 5 times they sent in bids and it has been turned down. 1 minute a year, Coleman, but saying that Patriot Energy has had the best offer and the best bid, and it's looking favorable towards them. And then after hearing some next thing, and so they never get it from that time till now.
So So Vanessa, right?
Yeah.
Is there some sort of, so when the inquiry is handed over to the president, all right, based on you guys understanding, what happens next? After that happens, what's the next step in the process?
After the final report has been submitted to
Yeah,
the president,
President.
yeah,
I could answer that.
yeah,
On May the 10th,
yeah.
on May the 10th, I specifically asked the chairman, Mr. Lynch. I said, Mr. Lynch, so beside the office of the president, who else will this final report be submitted to? Or tell me the organizations or so forth.
Mm.
And he said, well, it would be submitted wholly and solely to the president of Trinidad and Tobago. And he trusts that our president and the government will do the right thing. If there's,
Chooses words to talk.
yes, he makes sure and chooses his words carefully. He said, and he trusts that they will do the right thing. And if there's grounds for criminal prosecution and they have to send it to the DPP, he trusts that they will do such.
Correct.
But the thing is that that final report going to the president office hand alone. Well, and then it's from there she has to take it and do whatever she has to do with it.
We're dealing with people in charge that have no compassion. Those that are supposed to be seen about this tragedy here, they're like these AI robots. They have no compassion. Compassion is a feeling of deep sympathy for another who is stricken by misfortune, accompanied by a strong desire to elevate the suffering of that person. Oh, Dr. Raul, you not only have compassion for these people. None. I say so. I said so.
Could I make one point?
Sure, go ahead.
Again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Again, condolences to our brothers and sisters in Guyana. When I read the president of Guyana's statement towards his people, which the man said, the president said that compensation is already a given. All the victims and all the victims' families are going to be properly well taken care of. Don't have to worry. They don't have to ask nothing. They are going to take care of their people. And the Guyanese flag is going to be flown 3 days half-mast. Paria is a state company. The government owns Paria. 4 lives were taken away in a state-owned company. And of this sort, as how the president of Guyana functioned and dealt with his citizens. Our prime minister never dealt with his own like that. No.
Go ahead, Tommy.
I said, so him making the gesture towards Guyana is mamagism.
But of course, Tommy, my God, it's papagism. Because you have these people here, your own people suffering, Tommy, within 15 months. Huh? And you ain't even try to go and see the woman and say, well, you know, so when anything happen in the United States like that, Tommy and Anselm, what has happened? You either see a mayor, a governor, or Joe Biden, or right? Yes or wrong?
The people will take to the streets.
And Tommy, that's a great point. What I wanted to ask Kevin. I mean, Kevin and Vanessa, on the anniversary, on the 1-year anniversary, what happened on the 1-year anniversary with respect to any of the politicians deciding to take to the streets and having the marching for all kind of thing in Trinidad? I mean, the marching is like, you know, when you're going to high school, you say a march pass. I just call it march pass now because you're just marching up and down the tongue. And a situation like this is where is that you got to keep this situation alive.
True.
You have to keep it alive. You can't allow it to die, because if it dies, the easiest thing for Paria to do is to allow it to just die a slow death. Right? And when time comes, go ahead, Vanessa.
That's what they want. They want to die down.
Yeah, and when time comes for the report,
we fight until the end.
And listen, I want you guys to fight to the end, because this is a tragedy, and do not give up hope. You know, some people say things are hopeless. I want you guys to think that it's hopeful. Forget about the less and put the full at the end. That is hopeful, because at the end of the day, you know, I'm saying we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago need to understand that this is not politics, you know. This is not politics. When those people were in the pipeline, it had nothing to do with PNM or UNC or PEP or PDP or anything like that, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
citizens of
this
our
is about country.
Correct.
Right? And the government needs to take a stand and say, you know what? We had a tragedy here. If they go and take a few millions out of the treasury and compensate his family, right? They could. What they gonna lose? What they gonna lose? What they gonna lose? But the family had to suffer through this, and they continue to suffer. When is that suffering going to stop?
Because the man have no compassion for these people. None. You, Dr. Raul, you're calling your name on my mouth today. You have no compassion for these people. Shame on you and Donna Cox and Fall Down Young. All of them. All of them who have to, and the counselors and there, whoever. All who ain't stepping up and doing the right thing by these people. Let me tell you something, eh? Karma knows what to find you when she ready, you know. She just come and knock on your door, eh? She have your address inside she little Bluetooth or whatever she have, eh? She gonna come knocking on your door, Karma, you know. Karma don't wait for nobody, you know. All right, y'all go ahead. Treat people like this. And I want to delay a local election and all kind of mamagisms. Huh? Only go ahead now. Go right ahead.
So Vanessa and Kevin, there's a comment in the chat. I want to believe this, because the more positive we put out in the air, the positivity is going to come back. And this is what Trinidad Margo says. I believe that the Chairman Lynch will get it right with his report. And that's what I want to believe, that he will get it right, to know that this was a tragedy.
Me too.
And the people in the pipe lost their lives.
And they didn't lock themselves inside there. They didn't lock themselves in there. They did not commit suicide. Go ahead, Anselm.
Yeah, and they need to be compensated for this. And a few millions of the government treasury, right? Paria go make it back. Or what's the other one there? The other Heritage Petroleum go make it back. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So, I feel encouraged that Lal Chan is on the case, because I know that family don't make joke.
No, well, the fella just being here alone, the fella sound like he's a boss.
Yeah,
he is a boss.
As if you know about that family.
I watched him when he did a live sometime by a tree. Something with a tree. Tell me, you start by. Tell me about this live you did by a tree. And I said, yeah, I think to come on the show. What happened by this tree? Lal Jan.
That tree would have been up in Port of Spain, where the commission of inquiry was taking place. And if it's the same tree we're talking about, is that when Yusuf Henry mom and Kazim Ali Jr. wife and Kazim Ali Jr. mom, I think, Vanessa, he was on that same day. Mm-hmm. When they gave their statement of how Paria treated them and how they were left to pick up the pieces, and according to Mr. Ramada, how he said the tragedy did not stop Friday, February 25th, and still continues. So when I was seeing all of that, I mean, I deal with my friends, musicians, them, and I just couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. Watch I wanted to bawl, scream, cry, all kind of things. It was real heart-wrenching. So I just run downstairs just to take that kind of breather and just say, just vent. Yeah.
But you come from a bloodline of fighting men. You see? So you naturally will gravitate toward a situation that requires you to stand up for the downtrodden. That is your calling, sir.
That's right. That's right.
Tisha says, Diana, look how they treated stranded national. So it's more heartless.
Yeah. Treat the people, lock out the people. People can't come home. The people died. All kind of drama about people had no way to sleep. I had to take in people and pay people come back home. People lost their work because you lock the country and don't let people come back home. Madness. Something wrong with all of them. And all of them need to go home. We need a new government in Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, I said so. Go home.
So Judy says, Rowley don't care about the peasants of Trinidad. All he's there for is the rich to get richer. I'm going to see rich.
Oh, he said so.
To get richer and riches himself and families and friends. I'm just reading from the chat.
From the chat.
He says, here's what if Rowley doesn't care, then do anyone in the PNM cares? When will voters care? Someone has to care. Someone has to care to make the changes that is needed.
And when you speak up, they want to chastise you. They want to, the poke thing at you. I don't need nothing from none of them. They don't want to give me my ID card. I good. They could keep it. No problem. I will always talk up, and I will say what's going on. I don't sugarcoat. There's that bunch of heartless. Nobody with compassion up in there. Not all here. I say so. I love 15 months. The little boy stopped talking for a while. Any kind of counseling for the poor woman and the children? Huh? Where we live in? Where is we live in, Anselm? What Trinidad? Trinidad. And we ask if Trinidad is a real place. He want to what? Send you to Ukraine? Look.
He needs to go to Ukraine.
Look.
Says, while politicians brainwashing people, they brainwash themselves into believing they could do what they want, when they want, because they know the people that's only yap. Trinidad Margot says, or be labeled as opportunist. Philip Alexander was called. I didn't call nobody name. He didn't call nobody name. Philip Alexander was called. I'm just reading in the chat. Philip Alexander was called while he was on live for assistance. He did not insert himself. Ronald Ramuta called him. I was listening to his live when this incident happened. Philip went down the next day and arrived before many others. He bowed out at some point at the family's request. I am not defending Philip, but stating facts. Instead of calling him an opportunist, call out the government response and the population lack of response. And I think that's exactly what we're doing. Calling out the government, right? But I didn't call no name of any politicians, but we're calling out certain politicians.
All I need to go home. I fell up and tired. Get somebody new and let young people run and create their own destiny. Set a geriatric people, all them lying in their pocket, and they don't care. Nobody cares about the young, about people like her. Huh? Nah. This ain't good. I could be doing plenty lives with this.
What I want to say is that the wheel that squeals gets the grease. So
you ain't good. Dr. Rowley, shame on you.
Dana, hold on.
Bajan girl telling you, shame on you. I say so.
Hold a minute. Tommy making a comment. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying to both you, Vanessa and Mr. Lalchan, the wheel that squeals gets the grease. If you stay quiet, nothing would happen.
Got that right.
Make sure that the noise is kept up. Not only that, we need.
Got that right.
We need
well-behaved women are seldom spoken about in history. Everybody want to talk about me. I bad behave, yeah. That's my middle name. But I just bad behave for a reason. Yeah. And they're listening, huh? They're listening.
Listen.
They're listening.
Organize. Make sure you organize all the affected persons and make a noise together, because united you'll stand, divided you can't.
So Vanessa, I want you to make a call to the Ministry of Social Development and the government of Trinidad and Tobago with respect to the plight that you and your family is facing. Since it's only you here tonight, if you want to call for the other families as well as file, make a call to the government of Trinidad and Tobago. And
let us know
in the best way you can. Right now, make a call to the government of Trinidad and Tobago, because we're going to share this all over social media. Make a call to the government of Trinidad and Tobago and let them know your situation and what you are looking forward to the government of Trinidad and Tobago doing in the situation that you currently face in 2023.
It may be difficult for Vanessa to do it because
maybe Lalchan could
she's very emotional about the situation, as we can see. So
now, but let Vanessa give it a little try. Try, Vanessa. We're going to give it a try.
Call them and see what they do, and document what they did, what they said to you and stuff.
Yeah, go ahead.
Get a book and write it down. You call that such and such a date, who you spoke to, and all that, and keep it.
Go ahead, Vanessa.
Mr. Winston, you can text me and ask if I needed help as well. And I did tell him through text, because I tried calling back and he did not answer.
Oh boy.
So did text him back and he asked if I had groceries. So, and what else I needed. And I did text him back and let him know, but he didn't respond.
Okay.
He just asked, but he didn't respond. So,
You sure you get your text?
yeah, he did. He gave me a thumbs up after.
Oh God.
Oh
You see, I
Lord.
ain't call no politician names. I ain't call nobody name.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
No,
you did. You started it.
I didn't call no name.
Yeah, you did.
No, I ain't call no name.
Well, I call all of the names. I ain't gonna call all of them.
So, Mr. Lalchan, we want you now to look in the camera and talk to the government of the day and tell them what you are looking forward to the government doing to benefit this family that is in dire straits and need assistance.
Well, what I would say at this present time to the government of Trinidad and Tobago, we are all Trinbagonians. We are one people under within the red, white, and black. 4 innocent lives were killed in your state-owned company. Arising out of that, we still have a lone survivor. Please put your house in order first. 15 months has gone and you never need, you know, your ministers, not one person has reached out to the friends and the families, the immediate families of the divers. Honorable Mr. Rowley, Mr. Stuart Young, we are asking again for you to reach out to all the 5 families and help them, compensate them financially first to begin with, financially, because bills need to be paid. The same way you are willing to reach out to our brothers and sisters in Guyana to help them in any which way. You already spent $9 million on a commission of inquiry. You know, some good may have come out of that, but what we are saying, help your people, help your people. And as my brother rightfully say, if you should take a few millions or how much it be and help the families and help them in a proper way, because remember, they have little children who still go in primary school and may want to go university, so forth, secondary school, university and things. So we're looking on a long-term basis. Please come out and help your people, compensate them. And also, when the final report has been submitted to the president of Trinidad and Tobago, I am asking for it to be read out in Parliament. Mr. Ramesh Lawrence Maraj, he also raised that point. We want it to be read out in Parliament. We do not want the final report to be swept under the carpet. We want results, because we know arising out of the Commission of Inquiry, out of all the details and all that was stated, all evidence given, there are guilty parties, there are guilty personnel, and because of their lack of response and also preventing the rescue is what caused our brothers them to be killed and not be here with us today. So do the honorable thing, just how you want to do the honorable thing to our fellow Guyanese brothers and sisters. Do the same for your own people. Every creed and race have an equal place in Trinidad and Tobago. And there's a lot of money still in our country that could pass around and help the families. Help the families. Please, please, I'm asking you, stop have a dragon heart and try to have a human heart for your own people. Thank you.
Well, I gotta say that
Well said.
That was well said. That was
well said.
And I think, Vanessa, what we would like to do here, we would like to make this a sort of a quarterly thing, because we can't just talk the talk. We have to walk the walk too. You know, and what we want to do with Kevin, you and Vanessa, we want to give you guys the opportunity whenever you feel like you want to bring something to the forefront. You know, you can text Diana, tell Diana, and we will immediately have you guys on to talk about the situation. So we are giving you guys an open platform here on WZYE 95.9 FM, because we are not in Trinidad, but we are about country. We are about the betterment of lives in Trinidad and Tobago, how we could help in a little way to make lives better in Trinidad and Tobago. And if we keep this going and keep it at the forefront, other people may try to put it on the background, but we're not going to allow that. We're going to try as much as possible to keep it on the forefront. So we are giving you guys open access, you know, to WZYE 95.9 FM whenever you guys want something out in the public space, you know, based with Diana, and we're going to make that open to you.
God bless.
Thank you.
God bless.
Okay.
Thank you for coming in. Thank you.
All
I'll
right.
be in
Thank you
touch
guys
with
so
you.
much. All right.
I will send your information to a psychologist that we deal with in Tobago, Miss Billy. Very nice lady. She's dealt with quite a few of the villagers too. And she'll probably reach out and, I'll conversate with you and with your permission, talk with the children, and offer some sort of coping mechanisms because you're still grieving and you're being dealt a terrible hand by that government in Trinidad and Tobago. All right, so I'll be in touch.
Okay, guys.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
again
guys.
for
For having us.
Thanks, fabulous.
Thank you.
God bless.
Okay.
All right.
No
Thanks,
problem.
Kevin. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate you. Tell your dad I say hello, Nisbet, right?
My father died in 2018.
Oh,
That Bull Alshan died, Big Boy died, and well, little boy, I
Boy
guess it
still
might.
alive, right? Little boy still
Yeah.
alive?
Who?
Little boy.
Yeah, he's still alive.
All right. Well, just give whoever's there to give them a regard. How is your grandmother?
Much, much love. Thanks
How's your
again.
grandmother?
She died last year at the age of 91.
Well, I know she was up there.
Yeah.
Well,
Sweet.
I know the neighbor Oscar died too. He was one of my
Yeah,
classmates.
yeah. Oscar died, yeah. Maybe about 3 years
small
ago.
world.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Say hello to Conti.
I will.
All right.
I
Take care,
will.
guys. All the
All right,
best.
God bless. Thanks again for having
Okay,
us.
all the best. All the
Take care.
Yeah.
Thank
all right.
you.
Yeah.
Bye.
So there we have it, folks.
Mhm.
Here we have it. I mean, and that's what we try to do here at WZYE 95.9 FM. I mean, you don't want to blame people.
And I want to say something here, Anselm. I want to say thanks to Gary Mahabir because he was a broker in between the people and me.
Well, listen, me and Gary good, If I need a number, I just send Gary a text and Gary give me that number and Gary just give me the number,
Yeah. Gary Mahabir brokered it and, she felt comfortable with it and she continued talking with me. Right? So.
Me and Gary good, man. Every time I call, I send Gary a message. If Gary, we good.
Yeah.
In the village is a village, It's
Yeah.
a village.
But it's a small world too, Anselm.
Yeah, small world, man.
In a shame, Anselm. I mean, little boy stopped talking, and the woman. You could imagine the trauma she's dealing with. She didn't want to go into the kitchen, which may have been her, reprieve. You know what I mean, for lack of a better word. And she doesn't want to go and cook. And nobody. I mean,
but
don't
Diana,
they think that?
Diana, we are blaming. We just can't blame the government. We have to blame the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, man.
We have to
Don't
blame
think
the
she need
people
counseling?
because the family needs all the type of outside help that they can. And if they were keeping this on the front burner and not keeping it in the back burner, right? Albert Montano, welcome. This just died a slow death because it's like next.
No, but not only that, the whole thing is politicized, and they will look on it as though it's the opposition or the others.
It's in their territory, all that nonsense. When it's citizens of Trinidad, and a little boy still waiting, looking for your father.
As opposed to looking at it as state resources, bringing money into the state coffers. They're working for an outfit that's bringing money to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, as opposed to some party or whatever, however they look at it. It's just so sad.
He's sending money to Guyana, though.
When it comes to dealing with national affairs, it's strictly myopia.
He's sending money to Guyana, right? Taking care of Guyanese citizens, and you have citizens there suffering, huh? As a result of a state tragedy. You'll call it a state tragedy, right?
Of course, it's state-owned affairs, that is.
Come on, man. We harp on other countries across the world that have a terrible human rights record, right? But what do we do? Who do we hold accountable in Trinidad and Tobago when some human rights seem to be encroached upon?
Some things make you feel so ashamed to be a Trinidadian.
Come on. You want human rights from other countries, but we
listen
need
to
to
this,
give
right?
the Trinbagonians the basic human rights.
But listen to this, right? Listen to this, right? I mean, I don't like to pick on people, you know. But you see, when people in the public domain and they show a different, a kind of misleading persona, let me put it that way.
Oh
Misleading
Lord,
persona.
what happened now?
And then you have the young lady saying that Diana, your friend from Tobago, right, who I call a transformational leader. Yes, that is a
My
transformational
friend.
leader, right? Call the family, and then just like how we tell you, Diana, that you have no interest in coming on WZYE no longer,
No interest.
right? No interest.
Not
It's the
interested.
same thing he do to them people and them. He find that he think was he died on, and I ain't go give him no mileage.
Yeah.
So you don't have to respond to them no more. And them fellas want to be leaders in our country. Them fellas,
Opportunists.
boy, yeah.
Opportunists, that's what that is.
Yeah, so you have only robots now. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I don't know. He just come out from under his yellow rock. And so you're blaming the citizens of Trinidad and not the government putting out their hands out to assist the diverse family. You're good, yes? Like Vonnie just joined me?
But he don't realize that the government work for the people. And if the people ain't working, the government ain't going to be paying them any money. People have to stand up.
But Tommy, he wasn't listening to the discussion then. I feel
But the government is the people.
I feel Vonnie had on earplugs. I feel so. Vonnie, but you're okay, you're good. I feel he had on earplugs.
The government is the people, Anselm. And if you as a fellow Trinbagonian, somebody organize a march or some sort of, to send a message, and you all a march behind this, then all they in cahoots with them too.
If the wheels are not squeaking, they wouldn't get grease.
And Tommy, that is exactly what I was saying. I am saying that the people have the power in their hands in a representative democracy. Absolutely. And that is exactly what the Privy Council tell us, The Privy Council tell us what a representative democracy. And it has some wicked, evil G ladies in the PNM. I ain't calling them no name it. I just call them G ladies, eh? All you know what G stand for? Them G ladies in the PNM, right? Just be calling 91.9 every day, and they have nothing good to say to improve the country. Nothing. Right? Somebody call and tell one, I ain't gonna make her bake. I laugh. I said, oh God, they tell she gonna make her bake. I said,
tell who to make a bake?
One of the ladies.
They in HDD, not high definition, right? Because they have 91.9 in HD, high definition. But then they have hosts on the radio station, 91.9 in HDD, hypocritical, deceitful, and disingenuous. We have a guest joining us just now, a surprise guest. We go bring him in 1 minute. Hear this one. And I'll go in there now. It have one, I just call her the PSA hater, right? She working for the PSA and she hate the PSA. She fighting the PSA and the PSA fighting for she. She go on the radio station and tell people, and yeah, she talking about, yeah, them people so deceitful because they're talking about this and they're talking about that. And that same deceitful one, yeah, hypocritical, deceitful, and disingenuous in HDD, gone on the radio station and Anselm Born is now a professor, right?
Oh,
and Anselm Born take money from the PNM in New York and the PNM and get it. Hypocritical, deceitful, and a boy, I guess she good. When she finished, she pat down. Yeah, I had to get them, about, oh, you don't act like a professor. How a professor supposed to act? I supposed to sit down and all try to blemish my name and impugn my integrity, and I go sit down there. No, the Chumaka can make coming out.
What?
Chumaka girl.
Snake Valley.
Snake Valley coming out in me. I could go down in the sub basement like all. I could go up in the penthouse and I could go in the sub basement. Someone only want to talk, I right there with all you. All right.
What did act like a fafala?
What is that?
What did it act like a fafala?
Yeah. What is that?
Where you're not a professor and you just live in a basement
Yeah.
and you never win no race. And
No,
what else
no.
you say?
And watch now. She on the radio talking about people being deceitful and disingenuous. And she's saying I'm not a professor. She's telling people that. Look, the only thing I didn't do was to cuss you.
Whoa, easy.
Hey,
Take your pill. Take your pill.
look, we partner.
Oh Lord, let the Red House guests come in now. More bacchanal in the village. Lord, oh, let me go and get my drink.
I myself had to do something, get something, put something in place.
Let me go and get my drink, Papa.
We partner come with the red building.
Anselm, you keep him occupied for now. Let me go get something myself too.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my drink, but because he face alone look like bacchanal tonight.
As soon as you come, everybody running off the program.
No, you have to get ammunition to fight with him.
Gonna get a drink. What is this?
You see, and you ain't even wearing the glasses, so you know what's going on. You could see everything better.
You want contacts.
Oh boy,
you had the blue glasses, but the blue one tonight. The last time was the green one.
Oh
Lord. Give me 2 minutes, Doc.
Yeah, Doc, how you going tonight? How you doing?
Yeah, give me a minute too.
Today was one of those days when
turn up your mic, man. Your mic low, man.
Oh, my mic low? You're not hearing me? Hold on. You hear me now?
Anselm, you hearing him well, Dr. Muhammad? He sounds low, right?
Yeah, all right.
You hear me now?
Yeah. That better.
All right, good. Today was one of those days. I made the rounds on TV6, and then it made the news, and it was about what the Prime Minister said regarding this stupid statement he made on Indian Arrival Day. We had to take pride in our country and take pride in our business, and it's a sort of utopianism. In fact, that's what I call it. In fact, I gave it a new name. I call it Peter Panism. We live in Neverland.
That's a new one.
Peter Panism. We live in Neverland.
But Dr. Mohammed, I just ask myself a question. The UNC need to pay me to do a little research for them, you know? Seriously.
No, the UNC, you should be doing nothing for the UNC. There's nothing that the UNC needs except for a new leader and a new party structure.
Oh, all right. So listen to this, right? I hear the Prime Minister talk about no observers for the local election, right? And I say, but wait now, boy. I remember that fella back in 2015 talking about the general election and observers from the OAS. So I say, well, let me put. I like to do research. I don't like to make it up. So let me see if I could add this to the stream here while you're there, Doctor. So listen to this, right? So I went now and do a little homework. Trinidad and Tobago parliamentary election, September 7, 2015, right? Mm-hmm. And this is the report from the OAS to the government of Trinidad and Tobago, which at that time had to be the PNM, right?
Yeah.
And I also tried to find out, Dr. Mohammed, you could correct me if I'm wrong, that the person that requested, now, some people say Kamla Prasad Basasa requested them, and some people say Dr. Rowley requested them. Dr. Mohammed, do you have any memory with respect to who requested them? Based on my research, it said that Dr. Keith Rowley requested the OAS, and they had all the people in the outfit and all kind of thing. And there's the report right there. Do you remember?
The only person. Okay, so how it works is good night, everybody. How it works is that if you are in opposition, you can't request. You can make the suggestion, and therefore it is for the Prime Minister to accede to the request and do the invitation to whichever one of the observers, right? It could be the OAS observers, it could be the Commonwealth observers, it could be all of them, it could be the CARICOM observers, well, she would have acceded, right? She would have acceded to the request, but the point is that there's no need for it. There's no need for international observers for local government election to tell us that there was a low voter turnout.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is that the hypocrisy of the situation in that say you tell the Prime Minister we need international observers from the OS, right? And she acceded to you. She says, all right, all right, I'm going to give you your wish.
Take into consideration the individual. Take into consideration the individual, right? I said this on another show, or I think I said it here. I'm not sure. It could be that I said it here or I said it on another platform, but I'll say it anyways. You have two leaders. One that is very strong-minded, very, what people will say is arrogant, but he's very strong-minded. He's very authentic. He is what you see, what you get. Dr. Rowley does not put words in his mouth. He doesn't pretend. He's not one to shy away from from saying what he thinks, right? I respect that, right? For me, what you see is what you get. Good evening, Takesha. With regard to her, however, she's not a strong leader. She's not strong. She suffers from severe insecurity. She is the reason why the government fell to on the PNM sword. It is the reason why a lot of constitutional changes did not take place, because she was susceptible to too much opinion and asking people opinion who they didn't need to give an opinion, whose opinion was not needed. She also usurped the authority and the jurisdiction and the remit of several of her own cabinet ministers. So therefore, Kamla Persad-Bissessar is the opposite to Keith Rowley. Where Keith Rowley is strong, she's weak. Where Keith Rowley is authentic, she's also authentic, but she's authentically insecure. Where Keith Rowley, what you see is what you get. Kamla has to be consistently and always choreographed, right? There's no the authenticity of Kamla Persad-Bissessar wore out the day she became prime minister. In fact, 2 years into her prime ministership. So you see, Kamla acceding to Rowley's request that we should have international observers is Kamla's belief at that point in time that, yeah, boy, this is a good idea. I should have international observers because, I need to win it. So anything that will make me popular, give me a chance at the polls, I'm going to take it. That's all. All you had to read the woman for who and what she is. Nothing but a big blasted hypocrite.
So, Dr. Mohammed, stick and stay, right? We're going to go for a quick station identification. Send the village to the DAT, Triplets, and WZYE 95.9 FM. Just joining us is Dr. Shane Mohammed, political analyst, political scientist, who is no stranger to individuals with the DAT, Triplets, and WZYE 95.9 FM. And we're going to talk about a situation we are trying to get together here on WZYE 95.9 FM that involves Dr. Shane Mohammed. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
This thing called PNM, this thing called UNC, is one set of dotishness to Mama Kai, you and me. It ain't have no color, it ain't have no race, it ain't have no principles or any values in place. And it was never meant to be the answer for unity. It shares no philosophy with any consistency. For when you watch the pedigree in each and every party, the difference you'll see turns out to be a case of power and money. Look here, them French Creoles in Saint-As, Maraval and Saint Clair, they don't hold no allegiance or no party here. Rich men must be supporting who they feel going to win. Loyalty, friends, means nothing. Money is getting. That's why PNM quite on turn coat to UNC And when Del Motley, his background showed he was with DAC. Hector Motley, the speaker, swore PNM till he dead. And when the last election over, he was UNC instead. Augustus Ramreka Singh, I knew him in Tapia. Next thing I know, he was a PNM minister. John Humphrey changed from Trinity and he joined about 5 parties. So he's only die-hard new and grassroots me. It's PNM and UNC.
Choose in the village with the DAT Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. Dr. Mohammed, what is your position on the situation in Tobago?
But
listen to this, eh? Let me say this.
The level of dotishness.
I heard Max James made some comments, eh? And most of the comments I thought made some sense. Right? Now, that is open for any, I could play it, but most of the comments I felt make a lot of sense with respect to things that he was saying. For example, right? They talk about propaganda, right? And you remember Emailgate? What was Emailgate?
Propaganda.
Okay, you know, you sometimes you that's why you have doctor in front of your name. Right? No, I'm gonna go even further. When they talk about Calder Heart and what happened there will be worse than what was the corruption is the Piaco Airport or whatever it is, right? And Calder Heart never never see a day in court. You never see a day in jail. You never see nothing, right? What is that? Propaganda?
That is
Cabal.
That is what you call the fact that he was able to evade the summons to attend the Commission of Inquiry. For me, speaks to that's not on. That should have been corrected when Kamala. That should have been a benchmark for Kamala to correct the gaps that exist. And you see, I'm not a fan of commissions of inquiry. Why? Because commissions of inquiry require a lot of money. People make a lot of money out of it. But at the end of the day, what does the result of the commission of inquiry do? Does it send somebody to jail? No. Does it go to the DPP?
I believe that it should.
It should. And that's what that exactly is the point that I was coming to. The commissions of inquiry should not just simply for inquiry. It should be for that there has to be a result and an outcome of it. And so when I hear people like Gary Griffith and others continuously calling for commissions of inquiry, I get annoyed because I say to myself, to do what? Pay lawyers a big set of money again to sit down and ask questions. And so, for example, I am waiting to see what is the report that what's his name has to do with regard to the Petrotrin, the heritage scenario with the divers. Now, I want to, and I think the country is looking, I want to see whether that report is going to call for criminal proceedings to take effect towards heritage, or whether heritage has to pay a certain amount of money to the families of those who were killed and that sort of thing. I'm waiting. I think that those things are very important.
Yeah,
but
you know,
in terms of the nature of a commission of inquiry, it needs an overhaul, and I keep saying that because at the end of the day, that's why we need constitutional reform, and that's why everybody who is part of this discussion and everybody who sits down and logs into this program, you have a fiduciary duty to your country and to yourself and to your family here to come to Trinidad and vote. You know.
Yeah, correct is right. No, 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 Dr. Mohammed, you're very smoothly glossed over my initial comment. Maybe
which is
I get you distracted somewhat, but I wanna,
ask
I
me again.
wanna
No, yeah, I know what you're going to ask me. I know what you're going to ask me. I answer you now.
okay. So let me go back to the situation in Tobago with respect to the
Britishness.
situation that happened with the TSA chief and Zarissa Hackett. Now listen to this, eh? I don't have a pony in the fight, eh? I don't have a horse in the fight, eh? But I think that the statements that were made, right? And Max James said it with respect to propaganda. All parties have a propaganda machine. Every party has a propaganda machine. We know that, right? And the current prime minister knows that very well
Hmm.
because he's the king of propaganda, and
No,
he's
no, no.
very good at it.
No, the queen regnant, as in the equivalent to Elizabeth II on propaganda, is the woman in the UNC.
Well, yeah, she good too. I don't want to call
No,
she.
no, she better than he.
No, 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 no. I don't think she better than
Ro,
you. Think so?
ro, she did my statement have a question mark next to it?
No, I think he better than she. But what is your
See,
what
no,
is your take on what happened in
it is
Tobago?
absolute, and it is damn nonsense. It is irresponsibility.
Mm.
It is so disgusting that it is not funny. Because you know why? Why are they busy plotting and trying to figure out how to market? And I said this on another station as well. Why are they trying to market all themselves? If only just do the people work and deliver on all their promises and focus on good governance, then there's no need for propaganda. Because the people trust you all and see you all as honest. But you see, Winfred James said it well, that Farley Augustine has been consumed by maximum leadership. And I did say that that relationship, that friendship, let me correct myself, that friendship that exists between Farley and Zarisha is dangerous grounds.
Why you say that?
Because of what has happened. I said it before. I didn't say it now. I said it before all of this happened. It
So
is
so
dangerous
so
ground.
so 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 should there be consequences for those statements? But you know what I'm saying?
No, no, no. There has first, before there's any consequences to the statement, there
Mm.
needs to be a response. Whether, and I said this and I will say it here, whether the response is it was doctored, 2, it was taken out of context, 3, only part of it was played, right? 4, it was sabotage and setup. 5, we were talking about something else, right? It could have been so many different things, right? If you have nobody's saying you shouldn't have a propaganda machinery, Nobody shouldn't say it should, because from the context that I was talking, that I understand they were talking about, is that you um you you were talking about a way to promote the party, right? So you still focused on, you're not satisfied. You form the party. You probably haven't gotten 100% buy-in on the party yet. In fact, I will say it, the party has a mediocre name, Tobago People's Party. You could have find something a little more innovative. And there are people who have political experience in the Tobago space who will say, TPP, toilet paper party, right? So you have to understand that when you put letters together, you are going to, so for example, look how they've changed UNC to dance. The same way they put PNM's promises never materialized. The same way TPP, they will call it toilet paper party sooner rather than later, right? You have to be mindful. The only party that was not given a label is the COP. In fact, a lie. And they call it corpse, right? You have to be mindful as to what the letters that you're putting together for your political party, what it means and how it resonates. And you are telling me that we are in 2023 You have not delivered on one major project. None. There's no major project that you've
No.
delivered.
The biller, they have a big bridge. They had a bridge where they deliver in less than 3 months in Tobago.
A bridge. One
Yeah.
bridge.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one though.
No,
That's a
one
major
bridge.
project. Yeah, we had to
One,
get because,
one bridge?
well, I mean, sometimes, the
One
PNM,
bridge.
sometimes the PNM just get you a route to sports, to the
No,
sports
no,
day.
no. One bridge?
Yeah, but we don't know the others.
No. If it was, listen, if you watch the news tonight, TV6 would have show you that it's only when the people of Roxborough rose up and gave interviews to TV6 and talk about the neglect that they've been feeling as a result of the departure of Duke from the administration and the neglect that Roxborough have been going through. And they show you the big hole in the Roxborough Park that is a manhole that is actually in fact it's like a blowhole because the water was coming from the sea and shooting up underneath the thing. It's only then when it was highlighted that the news carried tonight that the plight of the people will that aspect, the park with the hole in the park was dealt with, right? So let me tell you something. At a year and 6 months, this is officially a year and 6 months. Come the 21st, is it the 21st? No, come the 6th of June. Come the 6th of June, it will be 18 months you are in office. And you talking propaganda. And you not focus, you ain't focused. You have no great number of airlift out of or into Tobago. Good evening, Judy. You don't have a tourism trust in Tobago. You did well during the during cruise ship season.
Yeah,
There's a lull now, right? There's a lull now. You have Great Race still. You have Tobago Heritage Festival still, right? What you doing? What you doing to get regional? Okay? So people will say that now is the season when Tobago depends on heavy domestic tourism to boost the island's revenue and the hotel accommodation and whatnot, right? But why it is you're not focusing on also on when the same time school is closed in Trinidad, school is also closed in Grenada and Barbados and further up the region. Why have you not found a way to capture some regional tourists? Why? What are you working on? What are you working on? Right? Why have you not worked on by now 18 months? The cat lab in Tobago needs refurbishing and needs to be functional again so that people don't have to come to Trinidad to get simple heart procedures done. Why is the cat lab still not functional? I mean, simple things. The people in Tobago will tell you, they will settle for simple things, multiple simple things, But there are too many mistakes that have been made, that is like a domino effect, one after the next. And you talk about propaganda. Because you think you don't have an opposition, so you're underestimating the PNM. And then you have the Prime Minister come and tell you he just played golf and there was a day he needed to pee. And instead of he going in the bush and pee, he was mindful of the fact that somebody around could take a picture of the Prime Minister peeing in some bush at the side of the golf course. So he decided to opt to leave the golf course to find a restroom wherever on the golf course he was to relieve himself, because he was mindful that there are cameras around. He even went on to say that when he's having conversations with persons, he's mindful of who he speaks to and what he says, because you never know who is taping him. Because of this, a simple thing like this. This is an important, a dangerous thing. We are stupid.
Listen,
be stupid.
Don't worry. Dr. Mohammed, I coined the man a transformational leader.
You're not taking calls. You're not taking calls from people who have your interests at heart. You're not taking advice, right? People are saying that you are inaccessible. the mantra that everybody preaching is, oh, you're a new father. That child must have 6 months by now.
But, Dr. Mohammed, did he make any statements today? I thought he said he was
None,
going to make a statement today.
none. Not a single
Let me
statement was
call him
made.
and see if he go answer the phone.
He never answered
I'm
the
calling him.
phone.
I'm going hold on there. Eh? No, you might. Hey,
Call him.
Dr. Mohammed, we call Fitzgerald one time and he answered the phone, you know.
Because he knows you.
We called Fitzgerald Hines and we answered the phone. Let me see if we're gonna answer the phone. Farley. Mr. Farley Chavez Augustine. Here we go. Oh, you hear that phone ringing there?
Yep.
At 9:15. Let's see if he'll answer.
Yeah. Let me see if we're gonna answer. Phone actually ringing, you know.
Yeah, I hear it.
You hearing it?
Yeah.
You never know, we might get lucky, man. He might see a
Yeah,
might
lucky.
see a 973 number and pick up the phone. All right, no luck.
Told you.
We tried. We can't say we didn't try. So
Try Pastor Baines.
Oh, no, there's no need to talk
No.
about it.
Yeah. I want to try Pastor Baines. But listen to this.
There's no need.
So Dr. Mohammed, with the cries of calling for him to resign, I wouldn't think that this situation calls for a resignation from Farley Chavez Augustine.
Neither do I.
Yeah,
It's a
I
learning
just
lesson.
don't think. Yeah,
Dr. Mohammed,
guys. Huh?
Dr.
It's a
Mohammed, what do you
learning
think?
lesson.
Dr. Mohammed, what do you think about the cries for him to call an election? That
Neither.
I don't
There's no need.
I don't believe that
There's no
either.
need for it. I don't
No
believe
need
in
for
the
that.
guys.
Yeah,
There's no need for it. What the country is trying to do, what people are saying, is that you need to be mature about it. It's either you. I mean, oh God, you have so many experts in the field. How hard is it to come up with a statement and let it just let it go?
let it die.
It was you either say it was true, and you are not going to. If you say it is true, then you're a fool, right? Because it could never be true. You will never, based on the promises that you made to the people of Tobago, and given the fact that you stood on a platform for transformationalism and to be able to move the country to make Tobago the greatest little island on the planet, the conversation, we would never engage in propaganda, political propaganda, using public funds. The statement was taken out of context. We were speaking not in the capacity as secretaries, but we were speaking in the capacity as political personnel. Full stop. How hard is that?
Yeah, I mean, my philosophy is this, is that you see in Trinidad and Tobago, sometimes you just have to keep silent. You remember when they came out and they was talking about Dr. Rowley and your wife owning him? Dr. Rowley never made a statement. You know?
There's no need for him to make a statement. Somebody saw Sharon, or did somebody see Sharon phone kid? I never see that.
Yeah. You know, why in Trinidad and Tobago we don't do a little bit of whatever our political leader says, political leader states, we just go with it. We don't
Let
do
me
a
tell you
little.
something.
Yeah.
There's and plain talk bad manners, right?
Yeah.
This is how they try to label you. This is how it has always been, and this is what has to change. One, if you're a woman, you're drunk. You're drunk, you're a whore. Right? You're weak, right? You have certain insecurities or certain how to put it?
Shortcomings.
Or you're blatant lesbian, right? You have fetishes. right? That's when if you're a woman. If you're a man, you're honest, you're a honest man, you're a buller man. You have, or you're bisexual, you're corrupt, right? Or you're pedophile, right? Those are what they.
Or is a PNM or UNC? If it's a
Oh yeah, PNM or UNC. And you know all those labels that I just gave you, it don't come from the other side, you know. It don't come from the other side, you know.
Come from inside your own place.
Come from inside your own party. And you know why I
correct
can tell you that? You know why I can tell you that? I have experienced it. I have experienced the wrath of the UNC on a good day. And I've experienced the wrath of the UNC on a bad day. And that is why I said, to hell was with you. I have a life to make of myself and my own. I don't need you.
Well, listen to this. Anyway, Trinidad Margot says the eternal optimist Anselm. Eugene Julian says, Wall Street, I can give you a lot of inside information about the THA. Well, Eugene, text it to me now, nah? So I could
yeah, bring it out now. Bring it
I
out.
ain't gonna really tell nobody you send it to me, but text it to me. I go just read it. I ain't gonna call no name. Rose said, and if Mr. Farley have to resign, then the same thing should be for all the corrupted ministers. Well, listen.
See, the good thing is there. The man has enough standing to make a statement and just as they say, let it die and slide through it. But the longer you take, oh God, for God's sake, it's not hard to craft a statement.
But it go die a slow death. Let me say this, Dr. Mohammed. I believe that.
No, it is not going to die a slow death.
It's going to die.
Dead by now.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Today had one of the biggest funerals in Tobago. Today had one of the biggest funerals in Tobago, which saw the coming together of both sides of the political divide, because the two individuals that were killed in the car crash were schoolmates of everybody across the board. They were very well known, right? And if that could make national news, as well as the chamber chairman calling for Farley to make a statement, could also make national news, then it ain't dead. And it ain't going to die.
So I was actually gonna play this statement by Martin George, the statement from the business chamber in Tobago that he made. You know, but also Max James was on Tobago Updates, and many of the things that he says make sense. But if you anti-Farley, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to you. You understand? Because some of the things he says, you know, you have to really be a critical thinker to understand some of the things he is saying is accurate. As a matter of fact, one of the examples he used was Emailgate was propaganda. And he's absolutely correct. He's absolutely correct.
And nobody says no. Nobody says no that Emailgate was not propaganda. And we don't, and they may have done an excellent job. Let me be devil's advocate here. What if Emailgate was true?
Say that again.
What if Emailgate was in fact true?
No, I don't think
they did a fantastic job at making sure that it was nothing but smoke.
No, Dr. Mohammed, let me share something.
Look at the characters. Look at the characters that were involved.
Yeah, Dr. Mohammed, let me share something with you. And I'm sharing this first time now. First time I'm sharing this. And God rest my mentor soul in this country. Tom, you know him? Ed Semper.
Yep.
My friend, Ed Semper, had a computer consultant firm right here in South Orange, New Jersey. That was my mentor. I used to be in his office. We were like peas and pod together, and he died about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, right? And I can say now, how much? I can say now, he was hired by the PNM. The PNM, because I sat down in his office And we were speaking to a big head on training PNM, his AG, not the Attorney General, but AG. You can figure out that, Dr. Mohammed. We was talking to him in his office. You see, it's so much information I doesn't want to share, but as you're talking here, we're talking to him about email gate. And we know email gate was a hoax. It was a waste of pressure time. It was propaganda, right? Because they was trying to go to Google and trying to go to this one to get the server and all kind of thing. And my friend, a crack computer consultant, not crack earlier, crack, computer consultant, crack shot. There we go, Tommy, a crack shot. They hired him. And you know the worst part of it, Dr. Mohammed? The worst part of it, them wicked, evil people never paid him. Wicked and evil never paid him.
You know why? You know why they didn't pay him?
Why?
It didn't turn out to be successful.
They know it was fake. They know,
Yeah,
they know
exactly.
it was propaganda.
The plan was not successful.
Yeah.
But the plan was successful, because it get them to where they wanted to, where they are today.
Yeah.
You see,
So
it is very easy. It is very easy to bring down a government with simple mechanisms that is unpopular among the people. And there are a lot of people who said that they were willing to give Kamala a second chance, but she needed to start afresh. And she didn't. And when they realized, wait, the chances of them getting into office with some serious propaganda against the very same people that the country was rejecting, boom, you have a prize. It didn't matter that in the end it turned out to be fake, but your friend didn't get paid because good evening, Nadia. Your friend didn't get paid because it didn't get it did not get the long-term goal, which was
the outcome.
It didn't get jail. The outcome wasn't exactly the
You
outcome.
didn't get the outcome, yeah.
You didn't get the outcome, and the outcome you wanted was people to get jailed, right? That's what you wanted, and it didn't happen. But the alternative to that was that you won the election, and you're in power now. When you look at, okay, so that's 2015 to 2020. What the hell went wrong with Kamala in 2020? Why is it that Kamala Prasad Bisasa couldn't win against such an unpopular government? And you know who predicted those election results? Yours truly.
So listen to this. With that in mind, right, Dr. Mohammed, we just saw 2 days ago a poll from myob.ent that showed that the party, the NTA, had 45%. Well, let me get it here so I could accurately quote it. So
45%.
NTA had
45%.
1,747 votes. UNC had 1,006 votes. PNM had 847, and the PDP had 252. I don't know if they cut off the PEP, but I don't see a number for them. So they might only send me 4 people. And Philip Edward Alexander, highly leader, was upset that somehow he wasn't part of the poll. But then recently, just today, we had another poll by Breaking Barriers, Inchon Ishmael, NTA 35%, UNC 30%, PEP 25%, PNM 5%, and I don't know what none is, none 5%. Right? So that was another poll.
None of the above.
None of the above?
Yes, that's what I'm.
Or 5% vote for none of the above.
Right.
Okay. 65. Yes. All right.
90 all.
So what's your take on those polls, Dr. Mohammed? Are those
complete
polls
nonsense?
Eh?
Complete nonsense.
Nonsensical, huh?
Nonsense. You
Why you
can't
say
do a
that?
poll like that. You can't do a poll. Okay, so okay. One, when you're doing a poll, you need certain elements to be structured. One, what is your catchment? What is so in you're taking me back into the political science, the technical political science. But when you're doing a poll, what is your sample size? The sample size cannot be random. It cannot be a random sample size, especially in a population of 1.4 million people. You should go at least 10% of the population. You can't want to give me a poll based on callers calling, and let me just say 25 callers calling. And out of the 25 callers that call in, 12 say they're going and vote for Gary. And 6 say they voted UNC. And 4 voted for PNM, and the 3 voting for the PEP. I think I got 25 there, right? That making sense?
But Dr. Mohammed, at the end of the day, um, perception is reality. Even though it's not scientific, you could sort of now kind of control people's minds in putting information out there that, listen, boy, we had 2 unscientific poll where the NTA comes out in front. People start to think, boy, maybe
No,
NTA is really a viable option, boy.
no.
Why not?
No, it is not so simple. You can't. Let me tell you something. These fellas that are in Chanishmel, especially in Chanishmel, lacks consistency, and the consistency is he has blatantly come out and said that he is he supported Terrence Yelsing in the last election, and then he went and he said he went against Terrence Yelsing, right? Um, you need to tell me something. Now he's saying, what he's saying, who he aligned to? Gary, because Gary could fight crime, and Gary did a great job as commissioner of police. But let me tell you something. We have to understand the very thin lines between social activism and politicizing something of a social nature. And I don't have an appreciation of what them fellas did for with regard to the Andrea Barrett murder. They took it and they ran with it. And they had the vigils, and they had the this, and they had the that, and then what? Where are we today?
Well, look at
Those same people. Why it is the same activism? Why it is we not having vigils outside the office of the Prime Minister, or vigils outside the commissioner of police's residence, calling for change in the commissioner of police, calling for the resignation? Why are we not having vigils? Because it's too late in the night, because crime is high and people's safety is at risk? Okay, why are we not having evening walks or evening marches? Why are we not having motor? All of that dead, you know. You know why? There's no purpose for which it is serving. It is giving nobody the recognition. It's boosting nobody politically.
Well, Dr. Mohammed, we have 3 fellas from the Underground Report program on 104.7 more FM. Some people say 104.7 less FM, but I know it's more FM. Going and give the commissioner a letter and praying with the commissioner.
Nonsense. It's a joke. It's all a joke.
It's such a big joke in truth to them going and pray. And poor commissioner of police, Mrs. Erla Christie, oh God, please don't let this. She's signing up. They getting a letter from them. They come to give her a letter on Foster Cummins, right? And she coming out there and she bow your head. The guy not even a pastor. And I mean, I ain't laughing to be funny, but it's such. You're absolutely correct. It's such a joke. It's a big joke, but it's why are we allowing this? Why would a commissioner of police allow herself to be denigrated in that manner? Why?
Because she's dotish.
Oh God. Dotish.
Dotish.
Mm.
I am telling you, I cannot understand. I ask, and I put it in the public's domain. The same way you all published Gary Griffith's results when he became Commissioner of Police in 2018 or whenever that was, right? Why have you all not published the results for when Ella Christopher became Commissioner of Police? Show us the marks. Show us where the marks that she gained over Gary Griffith. You know what I'm reliably informed of? That Ella Christopher, the two political appointments on the commission were the two persons charged with the responsibility of ensuring that their marks were high enough to push Ella Christopher ahead of Gary Griffith, right? How could somebody who placed 12th on the merit list 5 years ago come and get number 1 against the incumbent? We living in a circus or?
Well, not only that, Dr. Mohammed, but did we? Today's what? June 1st. June 1st or May 31st? June 1st?
June 1st.
When we supposed to have a reduction in crime by 10% by June 1st?
And when she said it,
What?
I said, this is a joke. You unless you going out there like Gary did in the night, or you're doing surveillance and you're doing you're doing monitoring and whatever else jargons the security specialists want to use, but unless you on the ground with your soldiers doing the work, you ain't bringing down nothing, because you don't have a strategy, you don't have a plan, right? You lack public confidence. You are there because and you know the other day when she had on that stupid ugly blue hat for a flipping tea party, I said to myself, but this is we crossing 200 plus 300 or I mean 200 plus murders, and you have one a frou-frou on your head and having a tea party on the grounds of the Commissioner of Police, and then they want to vex with Gary when he was in his swim trunks watching football. He used to get his work done though. He used to be on the ground with the fellas.
So Diana Benskin says, but those calls in polls were done in Tobago recent election, or those calling polls. Yeah. So Dr. Mohammed, Diana is saying those calling polls were also done in Tobago recent election. Well,
Smaller number of people. Smaller electorate in Tobago. You have to know the context. You have to know your society. You have to know your numbers. If you decide that you are going to take 100 people to call into your program from different locations, then fair enough. But don't tell me 25.
Nah, man, I have to be more than 25.
I bet you it's less than that.
I had to look at that program and see, because I don't know. But I mean, then again, with a guy like Inshon Ishmael, you know, you had to take that with a
grain of
salt.
A grain of salt and a dash of black pepper.
Okay. Oh God. Well, yes. You know, it's interesting, right? That we see what's going on in Tobago with the THA chief, right? We see what's going on in Trinidad with respect to the local election. By the way, do you think PDP have a chance of winning one seat in this upcoming local election? One seat. Just gain.
Maybe.
Huh? Maybe? Wait, Port of Spain South?
Maybe somewhere in Sawa Laventille, maybe.
Somewhere in Sawa Laventille. Well, that'd be a good start.
One seat out of 141, really?
Yeah. I mean, if you get one, they had two in Tobago when they first started. So if you get one, I mean, it's a much lower percentage, but if you get one, That's a start.
Why he don't put himself?
But he put
Why
himself up.
why he don't resign? Why he don't resign from the Roxborough Argyle, Roxborough Delaford,
No, no,
Roxborough?
no. Roxborough Delaford. I think
Yeah,
it's Roxborough Delaford. Yeah.
Roxborough Delaford. Let him resign from Roxborough Delaford and go and take up a seat in Port of Spain.
No, 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 no. Why you go do that? Why you go throw away a salary in order to go and run when you do have a salary? Why would you do that? No, that ain't happening. But let me tell you something. Back to that, I am not giving Watson-Yuka pass in the things that happening in Roxborough. It appears to me that
Neither me. He's
oh
abandoned Roxborough Delaford.
all right. I thought you was getting my pass just now,
A pass?
earlier.
No. It is, however, the responsibility of the administration, if they realize that he has been an absentee representative for the area, then they should get somebody who can be a shadow, right? But who will also be able to work the area to the benefit of the new party. That's all. Listen, oh God, the strategy not hard, The strategy that them fellas busting their
Inexperience.
brain. They're busting their brain on propaganda, and the strategy is so easy. It says to me that they don't have the experience, and
Inexperience.
that is why Vanas James is going to town on them. It is why their own people are going to town on them, right? Fali does not have the experience as a political strategist. At this stage, you have to listen. You can't tell me you realize and you know that Duke is an absentee representative for Roxborough Delaford. Oh, for God's sake. Well, you have 2 councillors or 3 councillors in the assembly, right? Why it is you don't take Orlando Kerr and say, Orlando, you are Assistant Secretary for Education, but we need you to shadow Roxborough Delaford and ensure that the resources to Roxborough Delaford that we have allocated for them in our governance structure is met. Why?
Inexperience.
But you busy talking to Zerisha Hackett about propaganda. But what beats propaganda is performance.
True.
Performance beats old talk anytime. That's what Basil Pandey won on in 2000 on his own, because he had performed. The evidence will be there.
I think that I think they need help. They need help, and maybe they don't feel that they feel too proud that they want to reach out for help. I don't know. I really don't know.
That'll be to their
Because
detriment.
they believe that they know everything, and the people that they are talking to, when you go to their town meetings, the people say, and not me saying it, is the people say that they are not listening. They are hearing them, but they are not listening to what the people are saying.
Oh wait, now, but this song like the PNM in Trinidad.
And on top of that, you have a whole lineup of persons. So, for example, somewhere I saw they have a schedule of meetings that taking place in the different districts. You have and you have it set up well, right? You have a table with the chief sec, the deputy chief sec, the area representative. But the only person that taking the majority of questions and answers is the chief secretary. So why everybody else sitting down there? I like get up and walk off. You cannot tell me that that's like a TV station calling me and telling me, Dr. Mohammed, we want you to to do an interview with us tomorrow at 6:30 or at 6 a.m. And the interview is for 15 minutes or 12 minutes.
What good is that?
I go in and I had to get up at 5 o'clock, dress, beat the traffic, get into Port of Spain, wait for you, start your show, go in there, speak for 15 minutes, then leave and head back east? No.
It make
No.
sense.
That don't make any sense. We could do it on we could more than do it online.
Virtual.
Yeah, we could do it virtual, man.
Exactly.
You
Right?
know, we just sent. But you know the thing about it, boy, is when I look at certain things happening in Trinidad and Tobago, and we are looking at it from a global perspective, right? We are looking at it as
Mm-hmm.
outsiders looking in, and we can see little things that could be done here and there, and these will be massive improvements, if they really decide that they want to do these things. But when they talk to us, it's like, who you think? You think you guys better than us because you're living outside there, and we don't want to hear all your ideas. But when the latest fashion come out, everybody want the latest fashion from America, right?
Did you all see? Did you see the Anselm? Did you see the meeting? Did you do a comparative between the San Fernando meeting between the PNM and the UNC?
No, I didn't see it. I
That
really
is
didn't look at
that you see that
it.
that is very telling. That was very telling for me.
And what was
Here
telling?
you have, here you have
Mm,
the opposition choosing to go to Naparima Boys College, and Naparima Boys College is a huge auditorium.
mm,
In 2019 local government election, that San Fernando, they used that same Naparima College auditorium, and they had seats. People were all over. They had seats on the floor. They had seats on the bleachers. They had seats. They were ram out for that meeting.
mm,
For this meeting in 2023,
mm.
they had to partition and block out, but they couldn't go high enough for the cameras to not see above the partitions, where they block off the seating on the upper part of the auditorium, and they use a very small area in front of the stage, as compared to the PNM meeting that was ram out. And listen, it didn't have only one color of people there; it was a multitude of colors and ages, and I was like, wow. This is San Fernando. And this is where the PNM almost lost the San Fernando City Corporation by, I think, 2 seats. And the way I see it, who knows? Gary might be the savior if he come in and get a seat in San Fernando. But it is clear to me that he is going to align himself to the UNC.
Well, I mean, that's absolutely clear, and I think that we may want to disregard these unscientific polls, but it's a kind of mind game, I think, and a propaganda game as well that's being played. And I mean, when the first one was done, the Pep wasn't included, and Philip, Philip, pulled a tissy, so to speak. That
Mm-hmm.
how you're gonna do 4 parties and exclude Pep, right? Because he said that was Gary did that. He said that was a Gary kind of thing. But he and Gary don't fight no so as much as they used to anymore. It seemed like they might get together and join up with the UNC. You think they could join up with the UNC?
I think Gary will join with UNC. Gary is indicating because Gary's saying the same question, the same. It's becoming like almost too obvious now because he's like chastising the Rowley as to why we can't have international observers for local government election. My question is, why do we need international observers for local government election when
Yes.
we are expecting a low turnout of voters for local government election. um, has historically been very low. Young people definitely do not come out to vote. Young professionals do not waste their time. It's the traditional voters that go out there, right? The only time there was ever an overwhelming within recent times where there was an overwhelming number of people voting it at the local government election was in 2011 when it was in 2010. Kamala won in May. She called local government in July. Boom, 14-3, 11-3.
Mm. Yeah,
After that, it went back the other way.
you know,
She
I,
lost 9-5.
I just feel that this local election coming up here is it's going to be, I think it's going to be significant. And at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to make much difference when the 2025 general election rolls around.
Neither
You
do
know,
I.
yeah, because what at the end of the day, it's 2 more years to go.
Yes, yes, Judy. The NTA did get numbers in the poll, and they got the highest according to Gary.
Yeah, they get the highest. I mean, we can't, and I said unscientific, even though it's unscientific. I mean, just for people to be thinking about, even if it's a radio station doing it, or breaking barriers, or a website on Instagram, you know. And when you look at Instagram is mainly young people, right? Instagram is not the elderly. So I mean, yeah, it's unscientific, but it's something that you have to take into consideration. I don't think we could just easily disregard it because it was something that actually happened, and the NTA is a new party, and maybe people really, 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 really and truly want change in Trinidad and Tobago, and they don't want exchange. You know?
No, they want change. They do want change. People genuinely want change. I mean, I continue to say that, you know, people want to change, but it's how badly they want it.
Let me say this, eh? The PNM people doesn't want change, and the UNC people want change, right? How badly does the UNC people want change? They want change very badly. How badly does the PNM people want to stay with the status quo? They badly want to stay the status quo. Now, can the UNC recruit PNM people to come and vote for UNC? I don't know about that.
No,
I
no.
think I think what's going to make a major difference are the youth and first-time voters.
Young guys, yes, I agree with that.
Which is not going to happen in local government. Huh?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I
That's
can
not,
agree with that.
that's not happening in local government.
You don't think that the situation is in a dire state?
People don't, because they don't have, this is going to sound bad, but I'll say it on it. We don't have regard for local government representatives.
Yeah, I don't think that's significant. I don't think
It's not
it's
significant.
no, it isn't significant.
People want change at the national level. They
Yeah.
want change at a holistic level. So you can talk about local government reform from now till Thy Kingdom come, and the changes that it will bring, and the efficiency and the effectiveness and the devolution of power, and all of those things. People don't you see, you're talking a language that people don't understand, and they don't see as significant, because they want change at a national level. They want to see different people sitting in that building behind me. They want to see a new generation of thinkers. But Fali is making it very hard for any new persons coming up.
And this is my advice, my simple advice to Fali Chavez Augustine, the THA chief. You see, when people start to put out things about you that you don't answer your phone, right? And then other people start repeating it, it become a mantra, and then people say, no, I never even wasting my time to call you because you don't answer any phone. Just like how you said. You see like how you said? You said, no way you send your call, and then when you're calling, you don't answer. So my advice to him, my first advice to him is that, you know what, boy? It's like, even though some of us don't believe in the broken windows theory, it's like the broken windows theory, right? If you see our abandoned building and you break one pane in the windows and you leave that pane unfixed, people will come by and break every other pane in the building. So once Fali let that go out there, that he don't answer his phone, and then people started to say he don't answer his phone. Now people go say, you know what you sense I calling him because he don't answer his phone. You understand? I would even have done what I would have done. I would have even put a message on my phone indicating that, listen, at the present time I'm unavailable, but leave a message and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. and then maybe I have a secretary or somebody. I let them call you back and talk to you and try to find out what you want. At least show some kind of, personal rapport with the people who are trying to call you, because, Kroko have a real song. I just calling you to wish you a Merry Christmas. I ain't calling you. I ain't calling you to ask for nothing. I just call it to wish you a Merry Christmas. And
You tell me. You
yeah.
tell me, right?
Mm.
You tell me. I am the chief secretary of Tobago.
Mm.
And you see a number that is a foreign number calling you.
Yeah.
And you will ignore it?
Yeah, because I don't know it.
Well, even if you don't know it, you can send a WhatsApp a message via WhatsApp to the same number and said, please WhatsApp me.
Yeah. Let me see if you send a message and say anything.
He said no. He sent no message. You have too much hope.
Nah, he didn't send no message. Oh God,
I tell you,
I was trying to say maybe you'd have say, who is this? But I call Khadija Amin one time. Just called she. Didn't invite she. And she actually sent me back a message, You know?
Yeah.
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 So that was nice of her.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So it have people on, but when I call PNM, people they don't pick up the phone at all. We called Fitzgerald Lines one day and he picked up the phone. Did we tell you?
Actually, yesterday actually I got news that my aunt had passed, and I messaged Brian Manning to tell him that she had passed, and he actually responded.
That's a good thing.
He said, I heard, brother, my condolences, and I said, thanks. I mean, that's it. Again, people will say I was as a PNM, but I would not lie to you all. I come from a strong PNM family, right? And Awa Mohammed is my aunt. She passed yesterday, but she is a huge PNM stalwart, and everybody in Princestown knows that the Mohammed family for decades were PNM until that changed when I got involved, and well,
You went on the
but
other side. You went to the yellow
yeah,
side.
I went to yellow, right? But that's because my parents were never PNM though. My parents were never PNM supporters. My parents actually were NAR supporters because my mother's boss was member of parliament for San Fernando West, Dr. Anselm St. George.
So folks,
So
put closing comments in the chat. It's about that time. Put closing comments in the chat, and we're gonna go for a quick station identification. When we come back, we're gonna wrap up, of course. And we have we're supposed to have an event coming up that includes Dr. Shane Mohammed. I don't know if he wants to talk about it, but we're trying to work on something here that's a little different.
did we get everybody on board? Did everybody say yes?
I sent the young man in Tobago a message. He hasn't responded yet, and I know Diana will be able to get her side.
Well, I spoke to her side as well, and we need to. I think I told him that Diana will get in touch with him to make it happen.
Okay, all right. And I if I don't hear back from my friend by tomorrow, I'll call him. I'll give him a call. So
give him a call, yeah.
Yeah, stick and stay. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. We'll be right back after this short message.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Wood, New Jersey.
So, Dr. Mohammed, before you go, do you expect a statement from THA Chief Farley Chavez Augustine before the weekend is out?
No.
Okay.
Thank you, Rose. I think it should have happened by now. The fact that it has been allowed to linger on for so long is unacceptable. It speaks volumes about our level of maturity. I am concerned also about the ability to strategize effectively. This is not hard. And I'm also a little bit disappointed because there are many capable persons that he can rely on to assist. I mean, what does it take to pick up your phone and say, you know, how can we spend this? Or this was not what it was, or you know, it's look, I out of the top of my head, I create, no, Cazelle Jackson cannot make it in politics because she's nothing. She's shown to herself to be nothing of substance. I'm just answering a question there from Judy. No, Cazelle Jackson is the politics. Let me see. Cazelle Jackson is the politics. What?
You gotta agree that one when you come back next time.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. I had to think about that one, boy. And I'll tell you something. I went on to Tobago TV and I call her Gazelle the Gazelle. And it was in the heart of this bacchanal that was going on between her and Duke. But you see, the thing about it is, why be such attention seekers if you know you want to get involved in politics and be respected in the politics, then be you, be authentic, show who you are.
But Dr. Muhammad, I think she's being who she are, you know. I think it's
I'm now going to say that I'm contradicting myself because she actually showed who she was.
Yeah, I think that's
somebody.
Yeah,
and she's not somebody for politics.
She's just showing you who she truly are. She's not.
She's as superficial as they come, as shallow as they come, as
no, but she's very intelligent, man.
We're not saying she's stupid. I didn't say she's stupid, you know.
Oh, all right, okay, all right.
I'm saying, and listen, she would be what you call a square peg in a round hole.
But she was Duke political advisor, you know.
Deputy political leader.
Yeah, and political advisor too.
But
a bedroom advisor, it seems, as well too.
But she was also a speechwriter for many politicians in Trinidad.
Yeah, she knows she's an intelligent young lady.
Listen. And if you are an intelligent young lady, carry yourself in that, with that level of intelligence. Yeah.
No, but that's who she is.
Well, and if that is who you are, then you won't get the respect.
Well,
you think in every single scenario and in every single setting, Dr. Sheen Mohammed could be the same person. I mean, yes, if you meet me
I get what you're saying. Depends on the situation.
Time and place.
Yeah. It depends on the situation. I agree wholeheartedly.
It's time and place.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. Because, you know.
So let me give you an example. Like, my mom was listening to me this morning when I was responding. So she was not hearing the questions that Marlon was asking me on TV6 this morning. She was only hearing me answer. And when so we were talking about it, and she said, Shane, I really find you come across very aggressive this morning. You know, I said, you find so? She said, yeah, I find your answers to Marlon was real aggressive. I was like, I don't find I was aggressive though. So then what I like about the media that they're doing now is that when you do a media video, when you do a interview with them, they send you the recording. So I got the recording and I was in front of the laptop doing some work. And I said, Mommy, come and see. Look the full video here. Come and see. So I took off the earphones and I put on the volume for her to hear. And it's when she heard the questioning from on Marlon's side and the question and the answers on my side, she said, okay, no. I take that back. You didn't come across as aggressive. You just answered accordingly. Okay. I said, yeah. I said, especially when Marlon asked me if I think that he's not trying to give the country a pep talk. We're not irritated. Because, I mean, we don't need a pep talk. We need management. We need good leadership. That's what we need. That we need the country to have confidence in the commissioner of police and in the leadership of and in terms of the Minister of National Security. That's what I said. But you know, I think journalists know better than to ask me a stupid question. And I found that was, to be honest, no offense to him. I think, you know, don't ask me a pep talk. That don't you think that this is the and this is the question? Don't you think that the prime minister was trying to be inspirational and encouraging to the population? Now, I get vexed. I get
More
real
inspirational.
vexed.
Well, I'd
I
have get
real
vexed too.
watch me. I get real vexed.
I would have get vexed too.
Talking about inspirational. I said this is not the time for inspiration. People don't need inspiring. People want leadership. They want action. They want to see some
Yeah.
level of vision, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, in that regard, I got a little aggressive. But she said in the context, generally, the answer is no. That's okay.
Yeah. So, Dr. Mohammed, we want to thank you so much and condolences to you and your family. And,
She fought a good fight. You know, Auntie Amoy fought a good fight. She was actually a real matriarch in the family, boy. And,
yeah.
you know, she was a strong lady. Um, it's still something when my cousin called me yesterday and she said this happened. I said, damn, we lost a good one. Really
Yeah,
lost
you
a
know,
good one.
and you know, the most difficult thing to do is when you lose a significant other, a person who is like the matriarch of the family, a person who is a
Yeah,
big part of the family. You know, it does really, really, really kind of set you back and kind of put things in perspective too, eh?
yeah,
You
yeah.
know. So any closing words before you go?
Listen, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and we cannot afford to be distracted by shenanigans. And we cannot listen. There's going to be a lot. The season has started. The clowns will come out. They're going to show the carrots and sticks are going to start a dance. We're going to see it. Um, as the time draws nearer to when this man decides to call this election day, um, there's a lot for us to analyze, and I look forward to that discourse.
All right, Dr. Mohammed, thank you so much. We
Have a good
communicate on
evening.
that thing that we're trying to accomplish. Okay.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, please.
All
Good
right.
night,
Take
good
care.
night, Shane.
Bye
Good night,
bye.
Dr.
Good
Mohammed.
evening. Good evening,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. So, folks, there you have it. Um. Yeah. So, I mean, of course, we try to keep the discussions going here in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. So Diana had some problems. Oh, I didn't see that message. Ask him Cazell Jackson party. We go ask him. He coming back again. So just be patient. We're gonna ask that question. Uh, Diana is using an old phone.
At one point, she wasn't hearing.
Oh, okay, but she says she using her old phone and she went in the chat. Okay, so folks, my closing comment is this. Let me see this. My closing comment is things. There are 10 things money can't buy. Number one is manners. Number two is morals. Number three is respect. Number four is character. Number five is common sense. Number six is trust. Number seven is patience. Number eight is class. Number nine is integrity. And lastly, number 10 is love. From where I sit, this is it. Clock on the wall. So that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent. When talent does not work hard, and for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. See you. Same WZYE time, same WZYE channel. Closing comments, Tommy?
Anything that is worth dying for is certainly worth living for. And those words are from Joseph Heller. Anyways, I always said never look down on someone unless you're ready to pick them up. Again, it's been a pleasure being here in the village. Looking forward to our next session. Till then, be safe. And remember, tomorrow, those of you who can get to City Hall, downtown North, City Hall, 5:30, we're going to be raising the CARICOM flag and we're going to be having refreshments and other entertainment. So find yourself at City Hall so we can celebrate Caribbean Heritage Month here in the city.
Thank you, Tommy. Yeah, I'll try and make it down there. What time is it? 5:30?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. Rose says good night. Be safe, Nadia. Judy says good night, Nadia. Love, sweet dreams. Nadia says Rose, good night. Judy Rajvi, good night. Blessings, Rennie. Nadia says, bless night, everyone. Stay safe. Always remember God loves you. Yeah. The Love Doctor says, latest folks, peace out. Dr. Love has left the building. Nadia says, Rose, my prayers with her. God bless her and keep her safe. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, I think I saw a closing comment by Diana. Diana, closing comments. We need compassion. We need compassionate leaders in TT now. Ken John says, good night, everyone. Blessings. It's getting late now. Shalom, be safe. And song to you guys. Let me go back. See how far back I could go here. Okay, I think that's it. All right, folks. We are gonna go out with preacher tonight. Here we go. Good night. Take care. See you guys on Saturday. Bye-bye.
She needs me.